Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How is everybody doing? All right. It is 8 o'clock. Saturday. It is the weekend. Today, I watched our Buffs play, or practice, I should say, at the East West Shrine game, right? So, this is the practice before the game. And I want to tell you, the Buffs dominated. So that's what we're talking about today. And we're talking about NIL, Ohio State, Travis Hunter. We're going to talk about it. So I'll just give y'all some time to get in here. It's what, Saturday night? Some interesting things going on where NIL rules are seems to be enforced for some, but not for all. Or are they enforced at all? That's the question. So there'll likely be some changes coming down the pipeline. So I'll just wait for y'all to get in here. Welcome, welcome. If you come in, please hit the like button. Hit the like button. And if you don't stay with us, it's okay. Drop me an emoji in the chat. You can wave. You can say hi. So the Colorado Buffs are doing an excellent job. The receivers, I saw Shiloh. I saw Cameron Stillman Craig. Yeah. So it looks like the Buffs are doing a really good job at the East West Shrine practice. Shador had to basically explain himself to the media, as he always seems to have to do. They had high expectations for Shador. People noticed he didn't practice today. Welcome, 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 welcome. It's the 8 p.m. What She Said Daily podcast live stream. So just waiting for y'all, some of y'all to come on in. Might put some music on. I hope it sounds good. Till we get some folks in here, and then we're going to get going. All right, let's see if I could get it done. All right. I'm going to start over. All right. So I hope y'all can hear that. Welcome, 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 welcome. Trying to see who all is in here. It's Saturday night. Yesterday was game night. It was fun. Y'all have to join us for game night, 8 p.m. every Friday. 8 p.m. every Friday during the What She Said Daily podcast. The fam gets together and we play. We have game night. It was fun last night. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for hitting the like button. I see some of y'all are in here. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. If you're hanging out in the background, cool. If you're not too shy, drop the emoji, say hi. Just wait for a few people to get in here. I have some interesting conversation to have today. It's surrounding. Of course, we're going to talk about our Buffs at practice ahead of the East West Shrine game on Thursday. It's at Arlington Stadium, which is a suburb of Dallas. It's like saying Dallas. And I don't know what time it comes on. If somebody knows what network the East West Shrine game is on, drop it in the chat. Let me look it up. Let me look it up. Looking for the time that the East West Shrine game comes on. Here we go, right here. East West Shrine Bowl. Where's the game? And how can we watch it? Let's see. All right, it comes on at 8 p.m. Eastern, Thursday, January 30th. Of course, it's at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, and the game will be televised on the NFL Network. Does anybody know if you can watch the NFL Network on YouTube? Because I guess that's what I'm going to have to watch it on, unless it comes on Amazon. We're going to have to check that out. All right. All right. So in terms of the Shrine Bowl, we're going to get going. Welcome, 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 welcome. At the Shrine Bowl, I thought I saw Shiloh with number 21 on, LaJonte number 10, Will Shepherd number 14, Jimmy Horn Jr. had on number 17. And I know I saw Cameron Simon Craig, but I don't think he had on his number. Yep, Shiloh has on number 21. So Shiloh got to wear his number. Cameron Simon Craig, I don't know if he's wearing number 7 or not. No, he's like number 37. So he got a number with 7 in it. Welcome, 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 welcome. I just want to say this. Will Shepherd look good out there. Will Shepherd look good at practice for the East West Shrine Bowl. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. Will Shepherd ball. Will Shepherd looks like an NFL receiver already. LaJonte earned the bag today. I told y'all yesterday when we were talking, LaJonte Weston should be a late first round draft pick. He's wearing number 10 East West Shrine Bowl. He balled out. Yesterday, Shador had interviews and he didn't practice today. But from what I did see when he was practicing at SMU with Cam Ward, he looked good. Shador is that dude. Let's just be real. Shador is that guy. He's that guy. LaJonte looked good. Will Shepherd looked good. Will Shepherd caught a nice pass that he had to extend his body to get. The coverage he had, I think it was number 27. I don't know who that was covering him, and he caught a great pass. Will Shepherd's getting drafted. Definitely getting drafted. I don't know where. We're gonna have to talk about that. Jimmy Horn Jr. looked good. Caught all his passes, good breaks, good coverage, good routes. They all shined today. They really did. I was impressed with Will Shepherd today. It's crazy how Will Shepherd, the way he's built, he already looked like an NFL receiver. So I don't know if we're gonna get to see Shador practice. He was out there today. He was interviewed yesterday. You could see the people from the Titans walking in behind him. It was a cluster interview. The Bears, the Cowboys, the Seahawks, and the Titans all interviewed Shador. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Saturday night. If you joined us for game night last night, it was fun. It was real. We're going to run it back every Friday, 8 p.m. doing the What She Said chat. We will be having game night on Fridays. Turn your notifications on. Put it on your calendar. You don't want to miss it. And in the meantime, make sure you get your culture up. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see 7. I see 3 likes. Come on, let me get to 7 likes. I'm not picky. I don't fuss. It don't have to be 700, but I would like the likes to match the people in the chat. So let me get them likes up. Get them likes up. All right. So we're talking about the Shrine Bowl, how the buff receivers look good. Shador didn't practice today, but cameras following him around all over the place, asking him about how he feels about, his dad being instrumental in his life. He's like, that's not a bad thing. Regarding, NIL, situation or stuff like that. So I don't know why people keep asking Shador about his father being ever present in his life and guiding him and his brother Shiloh to the NFL. That's what a dad is supposed to do. Nice catch by Jimmy. Nice air. Yeah, nice leap in the air. Looks good. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So Shador had some words for Cam Ward. Telling Cam Ward, since Shador is used to getting the hate, your turn is next. Essentially, he's like, you next, buddy. You are next. They gonna be hating on you next. That's facts. And it does look like Cam Ward is going to Tennessee unless Penn State's edge rusher take the number 1 spot. I don't know how his interview went. Don't know who he interviewed with, but he looks to be a lock for the number 1 spot unless there's a last minute change. So, all right. So, everybody looking good. Shiloh looked good out there. He's wearing his number 21 number. I think the way Shiloh performs at the combine will I think will be key because he has to run the 40. Now they see him out here practicing, whether or not he's coachable. And by all means, I do believe that he is coachable. Let's see who the coaches are in the East West Shrine Bowl. Let's see. So if you want to watch the practice, you can go to YouTube. They have some video out there, and the Buffs dominated. And I don't know if it's a coincidence that the part of the practice we saw, it was all wide receivers from Colorado. I think that's interesting. LeJounte caught one monster catch. And you know what? It was smart of LeJounte to wear them lime green shoes because we can identify him easily, even though he wore number 10. He caught a deep ball way in the back of the end zone, and you could see his green shoes going up because he caught the ball. LeJounte, I'm telling y'all, that young man needs to be a late first round draft pick. And I'm hoping he goes to the Jets with Aaron Glenn. So thumbs up if you think LeJounte should go to the Jets. And if you think he should go somewhere else, let me know what team you think. I think any team needs a wide receiver. He's a end zone magnet. So let me know where y'all think LeJounte Weston should go. Hey, Gracie, welcome, welcome, welcome. I see the family starting to show up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all, let's make sure we get those likes up. I see 4 likes. I see 10 people. It's cool. You can stay in the background, but get them likes up for me, please. The NFL, I don't know, talking about I guess the Kansas City Chiefs, whatever. So yesterday we talked about some poll results. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Get them likes up. We are at 6 to 10. We almost there. Let me get 10 likes. I see 10 people, 10 likes. I'm cool if you want to hang out in the background, but I'm gonna need those likes up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So, like I said, I don't know if it's a coincidence at the Shrine Bowl that the part of the video that I saw, which wasn't shot by Bucky, because I could see Bucky in the background. So I know this is not Bucky's film. Was all Colorado wide receivers balling out. LeJounte, Jimmy, Will Shepherd. I saw on a different set of video, all put together. I saw Shiloh. I saw Cameron Silman Craig. I haven't seen Travis. I just thought about that. I haven't seen Travis at the Shrine Bowl. Have y'all seen Travis at the Shrine Bowl? Hello. Hey, Gracie. It said Travis getting drafted on the same team would be dope. Oh, as LeJounte? Absolutely. D-Lay, we're going to do another one. An NFL draft +1. That's what we call it here, what she said. We don't just do a mock draft because everybody's doing a mock draft. We're doing a mock NFL draft +1. What that means is we know who's like getting picked, like the order. So whoever Shador goes to, the Raiders, we do a +1 with a Colorado Buffalo. So for instance, with the number 2 pick in the draft, the Las Vegas Raiders trade up to number 2, select Shador Sanders. And then what she said, the family, we do a +1. What Colorado Buffalo entering the draft will be good to go to Vegas with Shador? I think, yes, we said Jimmy Horn Jr. Will be good to go with Shador. Some people say it LeJounte. It depends. So that's what she said mock draft +1 looks like. So Leon Butler, welcome, welcome, welcome. Shiloh is coachable, but he understands the game at a very high level because of his tutelage. Some coaches might appreciate it where others might feel intimidated. You know what? I agree with you, Leon. And I'm going to pin that. And, it was said that Shiloh, I posted it. People feel like Shiloh has a touch of genius. And sometimes with genius, people are intimidated by how much you can do in different areas, how much not just your acumen, but your high IQ. I think he likes the game. I think he wants to go to the NFL. So, and I've watched his interviews. He listens, but he does have his own thoughts. He has his own opinions. And they might not match up with somebody else. So I don't think that's something to shy away from. But he's Coach Prime. He's a son of Coach Prime. Just like people kind of hate on Shador, you don't really hear them hating on Shiloh. They just almost discount him altogether. and he's not here for it. So I agree with you, Leon. I pinned your message. Thank you for that. Hey, Regina. Regina is back. The family is getting back together in the chat. It's 8 o'clock. We're talking about the Shrine Bowl. We're going to talk about some NFL rules. I have some thoughts on some things. I want to get your opinion. Um, and there's some enforcement issues with NIL rules. So we're going to talk about that. So I got Gracie and Regina in the house, the best YouTube moderators, the best live stream, live chat moderators. They don't play about what she said. Podcast, we are like family. So come on in, take your shoes off, grab your snacks. Feel free to be anonymous if that's what you want, but get them likes up. 8 of us in here. I see 10 people in here. 8 likes. Get those likes up. And Gracie and Regina gonna hold it down to make sure no one disrupts the chat. We already have some good commentary going. It Leon got us going, talking about Shiloh being coachable. I like to hear that. You know, the Sanders brothers get hate regardless. And Shiloh talked about on the interview, he's being interviewed quite a bit at the Shrine Bowl, that they leave his mom out a lot. You know, people say your dad this, your dad that. He's like, I have a mom too. So he has his thoughts and opinions, and he tries to get things to be right and even as it should be. So I don't know. Maybe he and Shador should go to the same team. Sometimes they get so much hate. I do think if they together, people will hate on them less. They'll be less of a target. What are your thoughts about that? Do you think Shiloh and Shador should go to the same team? Where is Travis? I said the same thing, Regina. I don't see Travis Hunter at the Shrine Bowl. Does anybody know? Has anybody seen Travis Hunter at the Shrine Bowl? We just talked about this. I do not know. Did he back out of the Shrine Bowl? Let me see if I can what I can find out. Let me see what I can find out. Is Travis Hunter at the Shrine Bowl? Let's see. Breaking Shador Sanders accepts Shrine something. Oh, that's the invitation. I don't see Travis Hunter at the Shrine Bowl. I wonder if maybe he decided not to go. You know, he didn't have to go. And he's moving differently since he has representation. And his representation, affiliation, the agency, the person behind it, the name on the door, came to Atlanta and a concert. Remember, I told y'all there was supposed to be a concert the day before the National College playoffs, the Natty Championship game. He was 2 hours late to perform. Remember, I told y'all he was like a headliner. I have comments saved in my phone. I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about it or not. But Cameron Simmer Craig it was announced that he signed with them as well. He was 2 hours late to perform at the national championship game. That's why people are cautioning Travis, Cameron Simmer Craig, and others about aligning themselves that way. 2 hours late. Fans were having a fit. So Travis does not seem to be at the Shrine Bowl. If anybody can Google it, Regina, he's not there. I haven't seen him. If he was, the cameras would have followed him around. Oddly enough, nobody has mentioned it. Nobody has mentioned it except on this podcast. I just asked the question. You reiterated the question. If somebody can Google and see, maybe you can find out something. I can't. AI didn't even turn any responses. That's saying a lot. That means they don't know. Travis Hunter Shrine Bowl. Is that what it's called, a Shrine Bowl? Travis Hunter reveals why he had to hire personal security after his Heisman season. Kyle McCord, Shador Sanders, top prospects at the game. Kyle McCord is the quarterback for Syracuse. No reports of Travis Hunter. No reports of Travis Hunter. Somebody gonna have to keep an eye on that for us. So no, Regina. It said they were raised to be. Yeah, they built for this. It says DeSava, no, they will both be fine. They're ready for the nonsense, each in his own way. Okay, all right. I like that. I like that, DeSalva. Regina said, wow, because Travis not there. Travis is a lock up to go 1 or 2. He's probably not going to risk injury because it will lower his draft stock. And we all know that even though he loves the game, money is what? Oh, money is, I guess, the motivator. Here's the thing about this. Um, it's the fact that it's not like he just got the invitation. He accepted the invitation to the Shrine Bowl along with every other Colorado Buff. So he's changing. That's what I'm saying. He's moving different. And I don't know where this comes from, but here's the thing. If you're Travis Hunter, you're top 3, top 5 draft pick, right? If you were gonna go to the Shrine Bowl, why would you change your mind? If you were going to Colorado with the rest of the team who's being drafted to celebrate with the CU Buffs, why you change your mind? He's moving different. That's what I'm saying. And different could be good or bad. It's just too early to tell. We shall see. Um, so that was in response to Leon's comment regarding Travis being a number 1 or number 2 pick, not risking injury. You could go to the Shrine Bowl and not get injured. I'm looking at this. I don't see any contact. I don't see any contact. I see good coverage. I see good coverage, but I don't see. I'm looking right now. I don't see any hard contact. Matter of fact, the coverage, like Shiloh, is playing safety. They not tackling out there. They not tackling out there. So that's not an excuse. Let's see. The Sava said, if you are talking about Lil Wayne, why does everybody think he will be the one speaking? Someone on the team working for him will be taking care of business for the players. So why sign with him if his name is on the door and he's not involved? Help me understand it. Why sign with his agency if he's not doing any of the work? Explain that to me. Because that makes you a figurehead. That makes you a puppet. That means that you get a finder's fee for bringing Travis Hunter to me, but you're not involved. So what we doing? What we doing? Like I said, it doesn't make any sense. That's like Clutch Sports. They're involved. Their Clutch Sports is involved. It's not just somebody's name on the door. I just Googled it. It says, no, he's not playing in the Shrine Bowl. Okay, Regina. So that's why we don't see him and nobody's talking about it. He's not playing. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. It says the Sava, he's moving different because he can. He will be drafted regardless of the Shrine Bowl. That's not the point, the Sava. The point was he was going, now he's not. He was doing this, now he's not. He doesn't have to be there. I understand that, but it still doesn't change the fact that he was going and now he's not. It doesn't change the fact that he was going to Colorado initially with the rest of the team for the draft, and now he's not. Yes, we all have prerogative, but when you move different, it's usually because you are different or because somebody's telling you to. That's why we're having a conversation. Gracie, not to mention, if you're handling your own business that way, what makes me think you would handle mine any different? Exactly. So you just a name on the door. You're not doing any of my business, and you ain't even handling your own affairs properly. What is the point then? What is the point of signing up with this agency if the person that attracted you is not involved in anything that you got going on? They just a draw. That's called a puppet, a figurehead. It's a paycheck. The Sava, we know exactly who he is and what he is not. And that is the entire point. At least Jay-Z got licensed as an agency to work with Rock Nation. He didn't just put his name on the door. That's what we're saying. Exactly. There's no point for him to be involved in the business then. That's what we're saying, DeSalvo. There's no point for Lil Wayne to be involved in the business if he's not a sports agent. Remember, it's a sports agency. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. It's not to be used as a cash cow or easy check or easy payday. It's not. And the way you handle your own personal affairs determine how you going to do your business. And it's not looking good from the start. That's what we're saying. Shador isn't playing in it either. Okay. So when people were saying, Regina, that Shador wasn't practicing, He's at the game, but he's not playing. So that's why he wasn't practicing with the team. Okay. So that's why we saw him working out at SMU. That was away from the Shrine Bowl. So see, Shador's not even playing in the game and he still went. He's still partaking, showing up, supporting others. He's supporting his teammates by being there also. So shout out to Shador. Kiel said, "Good evening, friends and family." In the chat, peace and blessings. Yay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 16 of us, 10 likes. Let's get those likes up. And thank you in advance. Thank you so much. So around here, we like to have unfiltered conversation that's respectful, of course. Um, so feel free to drop your thoughts. We're talking about the Shrine Bowl. Regina Googled it and found out that Travis Hunter is not participating. He doesn't appear to be on site. We've seen Shador. I thought he was playing. Regina confirmed that Shador is not playing, but he is there. He's being supportive. He's also being interviewed. He had cluster interviews yesterday from the Titans, the Seahawks, the Cowboys, and the Bears. So Travis is just not there. And we were talking about some decisions that Travis had previously made that he's changing and he's moving different going forward. The Sabbath seems to be the only person in a conversation that doesn't understand that doesn't understand my commentary about if Lil Wayne is not an agent, then it doesn't make sense for people to go sign up with him because his name is just on the door. That if he's 2 hours late to headline a concert the day before the national championship, that's not a good look when you want to represent other people. And some people think, well, he's not an agent. And I'm like, exactly. You didn't even bother to get licensed as an agent. So why are you trying to bring people into an agency when you're not conducting the business? You're just out here getting a finder's fee or put your name on the door to attract people to do something that you can't even assist them with. So what is the point? That's what we're saying. The way you conduct your personal affairs determines how you will conduct someone else's affairs. So Shador's not playing. Oh, you just Googled it too. Okay. It says, Gracie says, and especially as a new football player in the NFL, you wouldn't want that type of first impression to be established with your name. Exactly. And to me, what I have ascertained from the NFL, the reason why some of these long-standing agents, like the agent that Tyreek Hill had, Drew Rosenhaus, they have relationships with these teams. And true, it's a rookie contract, and anybody can help you. That's a lawyer can help you read the contract. Hell, they can read it for you, read it to you, or you can read it, they can review it behind you. But to pick an agency because a rapper's name is on the door, but he's not licensed as an agent, and then he's 2 hours late to his own functions that he has contractual obligations for, should make you yield when you see a yellow light. You can't ignore the red flags and want to be associated, because your agency will help you when it comes to your rapport, because they're supposed to be your conduit, your liaison with your team. So you want to choose that carefully. You have to be able to trust. Trust is huge in these relationships. You are trusting somebody to go talk to your future NFL team and come back and tell you exactly what they said and help you make make a decision based on your best interest and not their dollars and cents. Red flags should not be ignored. I haven't I knew he wasn't dressed out today. Yeah, I noticed that. I saw people today, Regina, asking about, you know, um Shador, why he wasn't practicing, but nobody ever said that he wasn't playing. So thank you for that confirmation. Shador is there is doing interviews. Okay. But it's good that he went even though he's not playing. I mean, I think it's good that he went even though he's not playing. But he has been interviewed a lot by the media. I mean, it says, um, what else? Yeah, and it says the Sabbath. Do you know that Jay-Z handles the direct discussion and contracts? Respectfully, I disagree. Wayne has a company. He's not the one working with the eight. With come on now, Shadur and Travis are two. Understand this, the Sabbath. At least Jay Z decided to get the license so he could participate and actually represent his people rather than just bring them into the agency and pass them off to somebody else. If I go to have a baby, And I've been seeing this one doctor for 9 months. I'm sorry, 8 months. And if when we get to the 9 month period, he's starting to come and go, he's late. I know that's a signal. Okay, something's going on, something's not right. And the day I go to have my baby, he's a no show, and somebody else comes in and delivers my baby. Pass me off to somebody else. Did you know this was gonna happen? You could have told me. Did I not get a choice in the matter of who gonna represent me? I don't know this person. I have to trust this person with my life. I don't want to do that. You're gonna trust this person with your career. You're trusting Lil Wayne to bring you into the agency and to introduce you to somebody else that can actually conduct the business. At least Jay-Z got the license to be able to sit in the rooms. If you really take something seriously and there's licensure involved, you'll get it. That's all I'm saying. And the way you conduct your personal business is a telltale sign of how you're going to conduct somebody else's business. But you know what? The Sabbath is early. We shall see. I would say it's early, but it's really not. But in the case of Travis and Cameron Silver Craig, and I think one more person from Colorado, we shall see. We shall see. Hey, Kiel. Okay, that's Regina. It says different people with different lives. Yeah, okay, DeSalva. We shall see. I really hate Cam sign with him. I do too. I do too. But I'm shocked, to be honest. I'm shocked because Cam's family's right there. But Cam is grown. Maybe that's was his decision. Maybe they offer him a discount. Who knows? I don't know. Um, then let's see. We moving on. It said, Regina said, I wish they would give some of these women chances to be agents. I mean, there are some female agents out there. Nicole Lynn, actually, she's a director, I think, of football, recruiting, NIL, I guess, not recruiting, but the director of NIL, I think is her position. She started out at Young Money. She started out there as an agent. She has a reputation, an excellent reputation. And in that type of business, that's what you need. Your name is everything in this business. When teams sit down and let's say, I don't know who Shador and them are gonna go with, but let's just say one of the, let's say Cam Ward. Okay, we're friends of Cam Ward. Let's say he go with Drew Rosenhaus. And Drew is long time established in this industry and he knows how to conduct business. And he don't have a bad reputation with the league, and people are not, they take it seriously. Cam Ward, represented by Drew Rosenhaus, he goes, it's time for them to sit down and do whatever with the team. Drew is already in there and established. And I'm not saying new people can't come along. What I'm saying is the way you conduct yourself, the way you conduct your personal business, your professional business is also a deciding factor on how these teams are going to deal with you. This is your agent. This is your agent. This who you choose. Okay. So it does matter. It does matter who represent you. Because if it didn't, the everybody would be doing it. And not everybody does it. So there are some women out there. Nicole Lynn is one that has established herself. I think Jaden Daniels' mom now has her license. I don't know if she has another client or maybe she's just working strictly with Jaden Daniels, her son. But there are more and more women. I think there's a son and daughter, a mom and daughter duo out there now. So they're getting out there. They're getting out there. But I agree. But the players have to trust them. And Nicole Lynn, she started out, I think, at Young Money. She moved over to Clutch Sports, and they had to learn to trust her too. I think a guy that played for the Jets at one point, Quentin, I think that was his first name. I think he was one of her biggest. Jalen Hurts was with Young Money, but he left and she ended up representing him. Now, remember, she was already over there. And I know Jalen signed up with them, but he left because he didn't like some of the views that, the name on the door had as an individual. So we shall see. In other words, this is not a new scenario. It's just when we see our buffs making decisions, we're hoping they're making decisions on what's best for them and not, oh, I like his music. That's not what this is about. This is business. We need to make business decisions. Shador being present at the Shrine Bowl is a great look for CU. Exactly. Thank you, Daniel. Exactly. Exactly. He's not playing, but he still went. He could have stayed home, but he's not just about himself. That's my point. Shador is out there with I saw him on the field palling around, like bringing Jimmy into one of his interviews. And Jimmy wasn't sure if he should go or not. Shador was like, come on. That's what I'm talking about. See, Shador know the camera gonna follow him, so he bringing the other players along with him. You can't just be all about yourself. And anybody that tells you that you need to put yourself first and pull yourself away from the people that got you there is steering you wrong. Lil Wayne is an OG. He gonna get those boys right. Yeah, okay. What? Now, okay. All right. All right. We're gonna respect your opinion. We shall see, folks, woman. We shall see. He's an OG in music. I'm gonna just leave it there. Now, Snoop, if Snoop opened a sports agency, spot on. You know why? Because he's vertical in sports. He has his own brand deals. Look how he conducts business. You've never heard anybody say anything bad about Snoop. People don't, everybody wants him to be involved in sports. Whether, what was he, like a commentator for the Olympics? The Olympics, he has credibility. In business, you need credibility. You need credibility. Snoop already has that. CJ Stroud has actually said he can thank Snoop for his where he is in his career. And guess what? Snoop is not CJ Stroud's agent because there are boundaries. You got me to this point. He might have referred him to his agent. But the point is, he's not, he wasn't just playing for Snoop, or he's not just thanking Snoop for his contribution in the music world. It's because Snoop handled business on and off the field because he has like a league. So my point, like Cam Newton actually has a league. I think Travis knew him from there. So you have to have credibility when you're conducting business. And for people to say, oh, he doesn't do anything with the business, he's just a name on the door. Okay, then what is the point? This is a sports agency. It's about business. You have to have trust in those relationships. You are trusting someone to conduct business for you. And the way they conduct their own personal business will determine how they conduct yours. That's the point. Hertz got a woman on his agent. That's Nicole Lynn, Regina. Nicole Lynn is his agent. She's over, she's the director of football for Clutch Sports now. She did start out at Young Money. I don't know how she got the Clutch Sports. Maybe once she, learned the business, she decided to move, or maybe she moved for personal reasons. But Nicole Lynn is his agent. That's who I was talking about. The Salva, you said doctors and agents are not the same. Trust, you need trust in both of those business relationships, sir. Trust is paramount. Your credibility is paramount. If you had a doctor who had medical malpractice when it comes to delivering babies multiple times, are you going to let them deliver yours? No. Trust, credibility. You need that in the sports agency relationship. We're talking about money after all. And you can't trust anybody with your money. It says, in Wayne's agency, is Wayne's agency responsible for negotiating his contract where he is looking for shows and concerts? Uh yeah, it is. It is, Gracie. I don't know much about Jay-Z. This is Leon or Lil Wayne in the sports representation business, but it sounds like a hustle. That's exactly what it is. It is. And it wouldn't surprise me, Leon, if Lil Wayne got the idea from Jay-Z, because remember, Jay-Z had to bail Lil Wayne out after his tax situation. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, but Jay-Z went and got the license to actually look the part. The other person, just the name on the door, and seems to be cool with it. We didn't say Travis was selfish. We just said Travis was supposed to be going, but then it looked like he changed his mind to Sava. That's what we said. We actually like Travis. What CJ was talking about is that they played football on a team and lost agents. CJ is talking about Snoop being an agent. No, he isn't talking about Snoop being his agent. Snoop is not CJ Stroud's agent. I saw his name. His agent has a different name. Snoop is like has that sports league, and CJ came up in it. That's what I was saying. So Young Money Sports, Lil Wayne Sports Agency has 48 employees. And let me put their name on the door then. Put their name on the door and see how much business they get. You know what, you're not understanding, the Salva, exactly what Leon just said. It appears to be because how things are being done more of a hustle to bring somebody else business. So imagine this. You have a dinner, two business partners. You got Lil Wayne and you got this sports agency. The sports agency wants to make a break at it. They already had soccer, small, but soccer. Now they want to go into football. So I need somebody that football players can relate to put on the name on the door to bring business. That's the deal. That's not what it should be. That's not what it should be. That's my point. And then when you start hearing things that he's 2 hours late to these concerts that are his business obligations, if that's how he conducting his business, then how is he gonna conduct their business? And y'all keep saying, some of y'all, the Sava, keep saying, oh, he's not taking care of the business. So why go there then? Why go there? As if reputation of the agency that you choose doesn't matter. I best believe you, if there was somebody right here on this phone with us, in this call, who was an insider on the NFL, and I said, does the agency you choose matter? They're gonna say, yes, it does. It does. And what we're seeing, we're hoping it's not a hustle. Meaning, I don't really do any work. I'm just bringing you over here to these people. No, that's not how you want to do business. You want to do business with people that are credible, knowledgeable, involved, that you can trust, that are coming back and telling you they only want to offer you this for 10 years, that are steering you in the right direction. That's a real red flag. Yeah, that's a huge red flag. Fans were actually saying, see, the fans whose comments I had in my phone, they weren't actually saying he's 2 hours late. That's a bad look for Travis. You know what they were saying? You 2 hours late to perform at a college football playoff game and you want to do the Super Bowl. That's why they didn't pick you to do the Super Bowl. They know how you conduct business. End of story. And that's precisely why not on the list. And then right after the Super Bowl pick, when they picked Kendrick Lamar, there was something called the Louisiana Festival. It's like this festival that they have with all the like the rappers from back then, Juvenile, the Hot Boys, Lil Wayne. I saw that performance. That performance went viral. And it went viral because how could you even fix your mouth to say you're offended and you perform like this? You offended. They didn't ask you the Super Bowl, but this is your current performance status. You yelling and screaming. It's like his voice is gone or something, but I'm going to still get out here and get this check. That's a hustle. You know you can't do and deliver the goods, but I'm going to get this check. You know you're not conducting business. You're not even licensed to conduct business. Your name is on the door. I'm going to collect this check. That's called a hustle. Salute what she said. Thank you, Blue Devil. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 22 of us, 12 likes. Let's get the likes up, please. It said, and even though he may have representations team care for the business and negotiating contract, the first thing that's going to happen when something goes wrong is his name is on it, attached to it. Exactly. See, I know what the agency, the agency already existed. And so did his agency. He had players under contract from before, but it was supposed to be for brand management. And I asked somebody, what brands does he have? What brand deals does he have? Snoop has a plethora. He has a plethora. So again, I could see Snoop doing this. I could, because he could help you with your brand deals. Because not only does he have credibility, he has access to people. He has connections. He has relationships. The agency already existed. They even said they knew having to do business with Lil Wayne, whether they bought him, he bought them, or they merged, or however you want to say it. It's even documented. I read it with my own two eyes. They knew it would help bring business. That's why he's not licensed. It's just to get business through the door. And in these types of situations, that's not the type of relationships that you want, because let's just say something does happen with any athlete that decided that this was a cool thing to do for whatever reason. I like his music. He an OG. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen enough to say that this is the way an athlete should go. And let's say, I don't know, the person that they send in, they pair you up to work with is inept. You don't know if they know what they're doing because you don't know them. You don't know them. They don't have no credibility. And if something happens and you like, well, I thought I had this what you told me, it's gonna be a problem. Because then he gonna be like, well, you can't say I wasn't in the room. Exactly. These are not situations to be taken lightly. We're talking about millions and millions, double digit millions. You want to have somebody sitting at that table representing you on your rookie contract that you understand exactly what's going on and you can trust them that what they're telling you is correct because this is a language. NFL language is a language you don't understand because you're new to it. And if like CD Lamb, let's say you're Keon Coleman and CD Lamb is your cousin. Imagine if CD Lamb's, Keon Coleman's agent is telling him something that he don't know if it's right or not. He can go right there to CD Lamb. Hey, bro, since you went before me, does this make sense? If you don't have that, you have to depend on that person that Lil Wayne introduced you to. A lot of investment deals have gone down that way. Oh, so and so introduced me to this person. They got this development deal, but I gave them $500,000, but I can't get nobody to return my calls. Now you mad at the person that brought you this scammer, and you trusted the person that brought you the scammer, and now he don't know because he wasn't involved. No. It's just best to go ahead on and get you a lawyer. If you already have a brand management agency, just go ahead on and get you a lawyer. Just get you a lawyer, get one that did somebody else's contract. Call up Jaden Daniels' mama, go to her Instagram, get Lamar Jackson mama, or get somebody's mama, cousin, auntie, brother, sister that is a lawyer. That's all you need when you're a rookie. Get a lawyer to read this contract that you trust that tells you what it is that you need to know. And get somebody that has credibility so the NFL will take you seriously. With no disrespect, you don't understand business. Yeah, that's hilarious. All right, DeSalva. It's just some people don't like when you say what they don't want to hear. And I'm not gonna sit up here because I like somebody music and believe that because they can somebody producer put together some hits that a few people, million people like, that there means that they're competent to be a sports agent. And I'm not gonna sit up and ignore the fact that red flags and the personal and business obligations of themselves is not a red flag that somebody who's trying to make a decision on whether or not to do business with them should consider. See, the thing is with these athletes, they all young and they persuaded by different things. In Travis's situation, we've seen him be persuaded by a woman that has publicly disrespected him multiple times. That same woman is the person who fawned over Lil Wayne and shed tears when she met him. So I don't have to guess on how Travis Hunter got with Lil Wayne because Travis told us he didn't listen to music. So that's the kind of decision making that's going on in his situation. Somebody else suggested that he should do it. So this is what I'm going to do. There are scammers out there that will watch you get played and line up to be the next one to play you. So it makes sense Coach Prime's sons use his agent. Absolutely, because these are relationships. I think Coach Prime, who was it? Well, somebody was saying they still have a relationship with their agent. Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan, Coach Prime, and of course, his sons are gonna work with his agent. Why? Because Coach Prime trusts this man through the years. This is a man that Coach Prime trusts to handle his son's business. If anybody could do it, Coach Prime will go do it. You understand? Understand, if anybody could do it, Coach Prime will go do it. But that's not the avenue, the lane that he partakes in. He helps develops players to the next level. There will be players that will come to Coach Prime and ask for a recommendation for an agent just because they trust Coach Prime. There will be some people that's gonna go off on doing it on their own and get a recommendation from somebody else. Some agencies might not take you, so maybe you got to go find your own. But you need to find somebody who's one good at business, and looking at the way they handle their personal business is a big deal. It's a huge red flag when they can't conduct their personal affairs. Kiel Hall. Thank you, Kiel. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Gracie. I appreciate that as well. It says, has Coach Prime talked to Travis? Yes. Yes. You could see that, once they played that last game, the Alamo game. Actually, when they played the Alamo Bowl, I knew Travis was gonna go his own way. There's a video out there on Well Off Media when they had that like they were at the university hooping, Travis and Shador. And I guess the school was kind of celebrating the football team that was getting ready to leave for San Antonio. This is a very good video, by the way. And I watched when Travis came in. Travis know how to turn it on and turn it off. When he came in, he put on that bright big smile. He went in the room. Him and Shador was laughing and talking, yada yada yada. They went out there, they hooped. He know how to turn it on, go do what he got to do, and then go back to who he is. And afterwards, I think it was somebody's Maybach was out there. Jordan Seat Maybach was out there. I think Shador, somebody pulled up in a Ferrari. So all the fans and all the players were fawning over the car, talking about the car. Coach Dancy was out there. Travis came out the gym, walked past everybody, didn't say 2 words, didn't look, didn't stop back. He acted like he didn't knew them and just kept walking. He know how to turn it on. He know how to turn it off. And instead of, hey, I'm gonna see y'all later, he just kept walking like, I'm done with this shit. So that's why you see the backtracking of, Coach Prime saying, you know, I want, all the guys, Travis, Shador, Shiloh, gonna be in Colorado, in Boulder. We're gonna be all together. We're gonna make it a nice big thing, like a big draft party. And then after you hear the agency representation announced, all you hear is, well, if I'm the number one draft pick, I want to be in Green Bay. Okay, cool. But he have nothing to say about it when Coach Prime was saying it all this time. And he could have actually, Coach Prime said that on Good Morning America. He could have actually shot Coach Prime a text that says, hey, Coach, I know we all supposed to get together in Boulder, but you know what? I might be the number one draft pick. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go to Green Bay. And then Coach Prime wouldn't have said it on Good Morning America. It don't take long to see when somebody is moving different. You don't need 5 years. You don't even need 5 days. If you said you was committed to something and you changed your mind and you went and talked about it on your podcast and you didn't tell me and I talked about it on national TV, I got to find out through the internet that you done changed your mind. All it is people saw how the people around Travis saw how influential and connected that Travis was with the Sanders family. Remember, they was calling him a Sanders son. All of a sudden, the stuff goes down with the girlfriend, the fiance, or whatever, and he gets pulled to the right, and he goes to whatever direction she goes or thinks he should go. So it was like she didn't care for it. It gave the impression that she didn't, think about it. Shador wasn't even in a wedding. Shador was left out of the wedding. I watched the wedding video when they introduced everybody who was in the wedding. I saw her people. And I was like, where's Shador? Because, they were calling each other brothers. And he wasn't there. And I was like, and not only wasn't he there, Shador revealed on his own podcast, Travis didn't even tell him that he had set the date and had the wedding was planned 98% of the way. I'm like, wow, that's different. So he had already started moving different after the situation with the fiance. He had already started cutting them off because 9 times out of 10, that's what he was told to do. Because if Coach Prime is in Travis's life, what have you heard Coach Prime say? You heard Coach Prime say, I'm going to make sure you have a prenup. You get married in Tennessee and you say that you feel like you were coerced or you didn't have a lawyer to look over the prenup before you signed it, they can throw that prenup out. Tennessee is no coincidence. That cookie already knew what Coach Prime wanted protection for Travis. And that is why he was pulled away from them. All of them. Let's say southbound 3,000. Has Coach Prime talked to Travis? Yes, he has. Blue Devil, sad. It is. It is. It says, Chandra, enjoy your commentary. I agree with your perspective. Trust is, in these agencies, the ability to conduct sound business for you is paramount, as well as their competence and reputation in the business. Absolutely. Here's the thing, Chandra. You my agent, right? There are gonna be people that approach that agent. Hey, I got this business deal for one of your players. I'm gonna go ahead on and I'm gonna kick you 500,000. If he invests 1 million, I'm gonna kick you 500,000. What you think the agent gonna do? Depending on the person. If you don't know that person, then how you know what they gonna do? How you know if they gonna trust you? That's why being passed off to somebody else is not how you conduct this type of business. We are talking millions. What, $10 million signing bonus, $40 million rookie contract? Nah, I'm gonna need to know everybody around me, everybody. Because then that's where, and people talk about how um you should let family do this or that. Family will stab you in the back faster than a lot of people. Depends on who in your family. So you got to have a sound mind to make business decisions. And just because you get ready to marry somebody don't mean that this person got your best interest at heart. People ask for the longest. I know I was like, now why is Lil Wayne at Travis Hunter's Heisman celebration? Because why his grandmother not sitting there? Somebody actually said on Threads. They said, so is it in the black community you sent the grandmother in the rafters and you let a rapper sit with the family? I said, heck no. We don't play about our grannies. I don't play about my granny. And she was the neighbor down the street that I called granny. You understand? We don't play about granny. Some of us. So it said, and Travis started moving differently immediately. He started distancing himself. When I saw him walk out that gym and not look back at the guys or laugh, you know how you be like, hey, partner, I'll see you later. None of that. He walked out of there like, I ain't talking to none of y'all. And that's because he was embarrassed. But he embarrassed himself by trying to go to war with the internet for telling him that she worked at an adult establishment here in Atlanta, because he swore up and down it wasn't true. So people came up with receipts. And you mad because they have receipts. Here's the thing. I have said this multiple times. Okay. I listen to people talk about, oh, this athlete, like I listen to people say, oh, Shiloh not gonna be good in the NFL. I'm like, you crazy as heck. Why wouldn't he be? You can't be the hardest hit his safety the year before your last year. Show people that you're resilient, come back, ball out, and not be good. And then I hear people say, oh, Travis gonna go far. I'm like, Travis got some personal issues that could potentially turn into a marriage. And one thing about it, personal issues can take down your professional career. I don't know why people keep trying to separate athletes from their personal issues. How many athletes got personal issues that had on the field issues? Tyreek Hill. He ended up in Miami. People had to work that out for him. It was an embarrassment. It was public. The DA was involved. So you can't say, oh, this person is going to do great. Yeah, based on their talent alone. But when they have personal issues, relationship issues, spousal, marital issues, even the great Tom Brady had to miss 11 days of camp to deal with personal issues, and he still got a divorce. And I think his wife was expecting a baby with someone else. So that's got to be out there too. Like, you got it. Now I got to deal with that. She's the mother of my children. And now she's having a baby with her Pilates instructor. That's making me question, what the hell did I do? Who would I marry? And I got to deal with her that's dealing with that and this other guy. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot. So personal issues, if you allow yourself and your emotions to be puppeteered by another person, yes, they can affect your professional life. Did the grandmother raise Travis? He said she's responsible for him being the reason that he played football. He also said, I don't talk to you like I used to. It's not a surprise. He's being isolated. You are speaking logically. Thank you, Chandra. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. No emotions involved. I mean, I I hate that that's even a situation, but I'm looking at it, and as a person, who's not 21, who's lived, you can kind of every I mean, when strangers globally come together to warn you that you being scammed, at some point the light should go off in your head. Well, maybe I should look and see if I'm being scammed. But that's not what's happening. So no, we don't like the situation because we don't want to see nobody get hurt or injured. But at the same time, you gotta let people make their decisions. That don't mean you can't be honest about it. Welcome, Chandra. Yes, thank you, Gracie. It said maybe he's going through a little depression from the media hating on him. Just give him time to heal. What the media hating on who? Who is the media hating on? Folks wanna? Who's the media hating on? Folks swarmer. That's what that says. I didn't hear any hate. I didn't see any hate, and you can't duck reality. You can't duck the truth. It just if you take yourself off social media, forgetting you just signed a multi-year deal with Adidas, that tells me that you willing to shrink out on your professional abilities because the internet coming at you because you picked a fight with the internet. He was willing to shut down social media. And I had just signed a deal with Adidas. In other words, the Adidas deal should have been the priority. Wait a minute. I gotta watch the way I carry myself. I can't be out here fighting with the internet. I just signed this deal with Adidas. He didn't even consider that. It was like, I'm back on the internet. Yeah, of course you are. Adidas ain't playing. I just gave you some money. I'm gonna need you to get back on that internet no matter how you feel about it. And he back on the internet. He didn't even stop to think about it. He not gonna stop to think about nothing else because that ain't the priority. The priority is what you're gonna consider. If you know that you work for company A, B, and C, are you really gonna be out here on the internet, start going to war with the internet? And the fact that your company could see that you going to war with the internet? No, because you don't want to risk your job. He risked it all. Heisman, everything. I mean, it's crazy how that happened right after the Heisman. Everything blew up at the last game. I was like, lucky for him, because if that was the second game of the year and he had to deal with that all season long, and you could see he was breaking. It's like he was like, I had to get security. You had to get security to keep the internet from telling you about to be scammed. That's why you need security, because nobody was threatening his life. In fact, they was trying to keep him. People have said he gonna be the next what's his name that played for the Titans? What's his name? I forgot his name. He played for the Titans. He passed away. He was killed by a romantic partner, Steve McNair. People have said that that's just, and multiple people that I don't know have left this in the comments, and that's just how they feel. They just feel like he's in such a bad situation, and he's making bad decisions, that he's just gonna end up in that type of situation. And him wanting to be associated with Tennessee just made it worse because it made people see it. Even before Tennessee came up, when they were at the Oklahoma State game, right after that, people were like, this man, he remind me of he gonna end up like Steve McNair. People have said it multiple times. So if he going through a depression, he going through a depression because the appearances he was keeping up about his relationship were exposed. And it's clear that that's what was going on, trying to keep up appearances and make everybody think that this is good, this is great, but it was hell on earth behind closed doors. Because what we saw Oklahoma State game was already going on behind the scenes. He's actually alluded to it in one of the videos where they were doing like a mukbang by saying she's always uh crying and talking. I was like, whoa, that's a meltdown. Crying and talking. And he said always. That this is new. He just blows it off. He's immature. He don't know how to handle it. He don't know how to handle it. Just because you're talented doesn't mean you're mature. Just because you drafted top 5 doesn't mean you know how to handle your life. And you definitely need somebody that you could trust, because otherwise other people are going to lead you astray. It has happened so many times. So that's why people talk about it. So, all right. We already an hour in and went down the road. That's what our podcast do. I have thoughts and ideas on things that we're gonna talk about, and we start off talking about it. But one comment could change the direction of the conversation. But overwhelmingly, people understand and feel the same way. Most people who are compassionate when it comes to Travis Hunter feels the same way. They don't want to see him get hurt, but they mature enough to understand that unfortunately you have to let people make their mistakes. But that doesn't mean you don't have a thought or an opinion about it. Don't understand why Travis' mom and dad talking to him. Oh, I do. All right. Travis's mom, whether she knew it or not, so Travis bought her a house, right? And people came to me in the comments, because I'm on threads and IG or whatever. And afterwards, they were like, why is Travis's fiance bragging that she bought the mama house? I was like, I have no idea. I really didn't. Come to find out, she's a joint on all of Travis's financial accounts. So the money came out of a joint account. So she gets the bragging rights according to her. So the mom, if you pay any attention, I blocked the mom. Not that she did anything to me. It's just at the Heisman ceremony when the mom said something about Travis being a mistake or whatever, it kind of gave me an insight into what he'd been dealing with all his life. Being put down, made to feel this way, made to feel that. And his mom said, Travis is him. He's always been him. And I was like, so why doesn't he know that? Because when he was a senior in high school, and he was the number one player in the country, just like Jeremiah Smith, the number one wide receiver in the country. The difference between Travis and Jeremiah, not the fact that Travis played both positions. Jeremiah knew he was the number one player in the country. He knew that worth he could cash in on that one day, and he has. Travis didn't. He was like, she was dating me when I didn't have nothing. He was a senior in high school, and he was the number one player in the country, and he credits her for making the sacrifice to date the number one player in the country. See how blind that is? That's when you don't know your worth. And see, sometimes when you meet scammers, you can say something and they know you green. They know what to do to wrap you around their finger, manipulate you so you can do their bidding, which means every decision you make is really to their benefit and not yours. And normally when people who are manipulative like that want to walk out your life when they're ready, they don't leave you whole. They tear you down because they don't want nobody else to be with you and they don't want you to be happy without them. So the mom got the house and the girlfriend is like, hey, we bought you a house. We picked it out. So apparently people are telling me that the house is next door to her family house. I'm like, okay. So the mom is bought into this. Well, I'm gonna look the other way because she good. They say Travis is frugal, right? Except when it comes to his fiance, Travis is frugal. So if my son is frugal and he bought me a $500,000 house, and his fiance is saying she's instrumental in that, we this, we that, we bought you a house, I'ma like her, and I'ma look the other way because she got me something my son would have never got me on my own. But honestly, I think he would have. Maybe it wouldn't have been by $500,000. I don't know. I mean, real estate's inflated. So, 300,000 5 years ago is 500,000 now. And I personally think he would have bought her a house, but he thanked his fiance before he thanked his mom. That should tell you everything you know right there. She could have tried to talk to him, but I doubt that he would have listened. That doesn't happen with people whose mothers are good to them. He was like, "I didn't have nothing. I was living in my mama's garage." I'm listening to this. I'm listening to him talk. I'm like, "You were the number one player in the country. You lived in the suburbs, Sewanee, in a house that y'all even had a garage, because some people don't. And you ain't have nothing, but you was the number one player in the country. You lived in the suburbs in your mama's garage." Now, y'all know when people get a house and the house grows, they convert the garage into a bedroom. I'm thinking, is that what he meant? But when he committed to Jack the State, his mom was right there in the audience. I saw her unzip her jacket and show the shirt. He even said, "Show him, mom." So everybody has been moved out the way. The cousin, the grandmama, the mom, because he think he got something for life. And him being associated with Coach Prime would have threw a monkey wrench into the situation because, Coach Prime could say, look, I love you like a son. I love you like a son. And I think you need to move on. Coach Prime posted some things afterwards. And I think that's another reason he separated himself because they didn't say what he wanted to hear. Coach Prime said, I think it was the last game OSU. You could go check Well Off Media. It should still be up there. I saw when they showed the locker room and Coach Prime comment to the team, this the last game we all playing together. We've been together. It's gonna hard for me to move on because I'm so used to all of us being together. And then when he got to the edge of that speech, when he talked about the team, this is how he closed. He said, sometimes you just gotta walk away. I knew exactly what he was talking about. It was something to that fact of it's like he looked around, he looked up, he was like, no, he said the best decision I ever made was to walk away. Now we just played our last football game. That's how he closed his goodbye speech to the team after he been coaching them for years. The best decision I ever had to make or I ever made was to walk away. Y'all know what he was talking about. That was the last game. Y'all know what he was talking about. And Coach Prime has posted and I reposted like his comments, like after Travis clapped back at Godfrey, Coach Prime said, the way you treat people will determine how people treat you. And after that, that war started with the internet. It's like he didn't heed the advice. He was like, y'all don't have no woman. Y'all don't know her. Y'all don't know, this, that, and the other. We've been together 5 years. And what did the internet prove? What was going on in year 3? So either he was exaggerating and making things to be what they're not, keeping up appearances, and receipts showed up. Well, this is what's going on in year 3, so you was cheated on. So that's why he is mad with the internet. Nobody ever threatened him about anything, and if they did, he should basically want to figure out where it came from. So sometimes, and I've said this, sometimes people do things for you, they really doing it for themselves, and he can't see the difference. And he won't listen to nobody. He won't listen. Now, think about this. Travis Hunter was going to go to Florida State. You know why? Because the best to ever do it was going to go to Florida State. Went to Florida State. Coach Prime. So he wanted to be like Coach Prime in every way. But when it comes to the off the field advice from Coach Prime, he's not coachable. Coach Prime shouldn't even have to utter a word to Travis because Coach Prime's life played out on television, just like Travis' life was playing out on television. Coach Prime's life was playing out on television. So Travis should be able to learn from Coach Prime's life on and off the field. He was willing to take the on the field part to get to the bag. He's in his mind, he's secured the bag. I don't need y'all no more. Y'all not saying what I want to hear. I think Shador supposedly asked Travis to go to Mexico on a vacation, and it was said something he got to take his girlfriend with him. Nobody is saying what he want to hear. And when you don't say, when you want to hear, she the best thing since white bread, and that's not what people are saying. They're like, oh, you gonna get played. He pushed away. They said he had a friend where he went to school. One of his little buddies from when he lived in Sewanee or somewhere around threw up in there. Came to him and told him about his girl. Guess what he did? Cut him off. So he doing the same thing with the Sanders. In fact, he actually said he talked to Bucky and Shiloh more than he talked to Shador. Isn't that funny? But didn't he act like they was brothers all season long? Did my eyes deceive me? Or was he partaking in that Sanders brotherly, I'm the best son? But then all of a sudden, he's telling Shador on Shador's podcast about the wedding. Shador was like, y'all set a date? He was like, Shador was like, what? And he said, you excited or whatever? He said, man, now this is the part that got me. He said, yeah, man, he said she already planned everything. This was in December. This was way in December. And I'm like, he's talking about she already planned everything. I'm just want to go hang out with the family and eat. Now remember, Shador's not invited. Shador's not in the wedding. He didn't even know about the wedding. And he sat up there and said, yeah, I just want to go hang out with the family and eat. I guess he ain't family no more. A friend of mine, a guy, let me tell you what he told me. He said, y'all think he innocent. Mm-mm. This is going the way it's going because of who he really is, and y'all don't know who he is. I listen to men when they talk because men have a perspective that a woman can't always see. So when a man tell me I'm looking at Travis Hunter's situation, he ain't innocent in this situation. And I ask guys, I say, y'all know a guy like this? Like, have you ever met a guy like this? Like that had a girl and everybody knows she for the streets? He's to my yup. And could nobody tell him nothing. Everybody knew she was for the streets, but he won't listen. He said it happens. And they say usually it happens to guys who not generally don't get women. And when they get one, this is how they act. Let me look at these comments. Let's see. Wow. Okay, I've been talking. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Maybe he going through depression. Noah said, don't understand why Travis mopped me up. Grace said his enemy is internal and he refused to even consider that might be a possibility. It's called sleeping with the enemy, Gracie. That's exactly what it is. I've actually said that on social media. It's called sleeping with the enemy. Wow. It says, love your channel. Keep it coming. Thank you. Thank you, Darlene. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Ronnie Rivers. Yay, Ronnie's back, y'all. Ronnie is part of that comment game. If she can't make the podcast, because I know everybody can't make it every day, she goes to the comment section and lights it up. I need y'all to do that too. If you see any videos from what she said, just go to the comment section. Because I could have 2,000 likes on live and none on YouTube directly. I don't know why it works like that. So if you like, oh, I already saw that, open it and just leave a comment. You just put the hands up 100. I don't care what it is. But thank you so much. Right, Ronnie. Okay. All right, Ronnie. Thank you for the super chat. I'm gonna go ahead and highlight this if I can. Yes, I can. I don't know why they don't let you highlight the person, but thank you, Ronnie. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You always there for me. I appreciate that in the comments. Thank you so much. It said playoffs are tomorrow. Let's go. We will be live for the NFC Championship starting at 3 o'clock. I already talked to my chef. And he trying to come up with a dip because I'm gonna be snacking. And I want y'all to know. Um, right now, the poll that I ran on social media on YouTube shows the Commanders winning and people want the Bills to win. They want a Commanders Bills Super Bowl. But did y'all ever think about a Commanders Eagles? No, a Commanders Chiefs Super Bowl? We never talked about that. Is there anybody out there who would like to see the Commanders play the Chiefs in the Super Bowl? Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you. I would like to be able to pin this, but I cannot. Thank you so much. The time to reply to the super chat. Okay. I didn't see it when it first came out. All right. I can reply to it. Thank you so much, Ronnie. Thank you. Chandra. Oh, okay. You deleted your message. Darlene Thomas, Leon Booker, he is a good player. Okay, Darlene and Leon. Ronnie, me too. Thank you. Um, Robin Crow, Cunningham. That's it. Ronnie Rivers, amen. Let's see. Ronnie, I did paste one of your messages. Thank you so much for the super chat. Gracie said, and Sewanee is a very good area with more nice homes than bad. Thank you for that, Gracie. I was in Sewanee when I first moved to Atlanta. I visited Sewanee because I had a niece that went to Sewanee. It's a private university in Tennessee. Um, I visited Sewanee, the area, because I wanted to see what it looked like. I went to Duluth, and like everybody else, I went to Alpharetta. But that's far out. I didn't move to Atlanta to live in the suburbs. I already lived in the suburbs. So I wanted to, live in the city. So I noticed how nice Sewanee was. I was like, oh, okay. So when I heard him say that, and he didn't say he lived in an apartment, he said he lived in a house in his mama's garage. And I'm thinking, so maybe she had the garage converted because But remember, he's a gamer. So he had this nice gaming system and set up. And he was complaining. He said he only had $1 in his pocket. He was all dramatic and aggressive at the same time. And I was like, you doing all of this as if your expectations are realistic. You are in high school. You are a full-time college athlete who will likely go on a full ride to college and in the NFL, and you mad because you only had $1 in your pocket. I mean, most kids, I worked in high school. I was a cheerleader. Then after practice, I went home, took a nap, got up, and I worked at Wendy's. Yes, I did. They tried to dress me up like that Wendy's girl and send me outside, but I wasn't doing that part. But the point is, the point is, they were athletes. That's if they wanted extra money, they went and got a job. You know what I'm saying? And that was no reason to put the person who has disrespected you multiple times publicly at your biggest moments. Timing is everything in front of your mother. And I said, you know what's interesting to me? His expectations are unrealistic, or he trying real hard to justify his behavior. And to me, to say I only had $1 in my pocket, it basically she liked me even when I had $1 in my pocket when I was a senior in high school. I'm like, so what you saying is she liked you when you was the number one player in the country, focused on your academic career and your football career and getting to the next level. That's why that's what it was. But he don't want to say it like that because he don't want to partake that she might actually like me because I'm the number one player in the country. Surely she likes me, but for me, he don't want to admit to himself that she might actually like me because she know I'm the number one player in the country. He don't want to accept that. He don't want to accept that. So that's why he moves away from people, including his friend in high school. If I ever met whoever that was, I would interview them right here on this podcast. I would. I would love to know. So what happened to y'all relationship? I don't know why. I just want to know. So, if y'all find out who that is, Gracie, you live right here in Georgia. If you run into somebody at a festival and you find out who it is, you make sure they come my way. You make sure they come my way. But it says his head is buried in the sand. Yeah, it is. It is. And you know what people say? A lot of us has been young and we made those mistakes. I say, you know what? We would now get married to the person that didn't treat us right. We were likely maybe in high school. Some of us were in college. But guess what? Um, we weren't about to get married. We were not getting ready to accept $40 million that this person could play us for. That's not who we were. We were just in a relationship that didn't work out. And yeah, there were some people when their relationships don't work out, they end it all. And no, we don't want to see that. But at the same time, that's not an excuse to say, let him crash out. And then that's what they were saying, right? They were saying, let him crash out. Then he started crashing out. And people were like, man, he really crashing out. Yeah. Because he doesn't want to see people lie to themselves. That, it happens all the time. People lie to themselves so they could get through to something. But people show you who they really are too. Sometimes people, when they get what they came for, they done with you. And to me, that's kind of how he's treating the Sanders family, especially Coach Prime. Leaving now, he didn't have to have Shador in his wedding, but it's crazy that Shador didn't know that they had a date set. But he was cool with being a Sanders brother. Matter of fact, he was at Coach Prime house out in Canton, and she was with him. And they walked out of a back bedroom and in the front of the house, of course, Bucky with the camera and a bunch of guys. And I was like, okay. So he was willing to be that close to the Sanders. But after the situation with the fiance, not that they've said anything. In fact, Shador stuck his neck out, in my opinion, which I don't think I would have done. Shador stuck his neck out to go at Dez Bryant, who was essentially trying to communicate with Travis. And Shador said, y'all know y'all can get to Travis on DM. I'm like, Travis ain't gonna talk to them on their DM. I bet his DMs were full with people trying to talk to him, and he not gonna talk to them. So Shador was wrong about that. He not wrong for showing up for Travis, but the way he's been treated, in my opinion, used and dismissed. Um, I wouldn't have stuck my neck out because he finna go to the NFL. And he already got Shador already got people hating on him. He don't need nobody hating on him for sticking up for Travis. Like, no. I wouldn't even do that. It's cool that you want to protect somebody, but y- protect people who respect you. You know what I'm saying? So, um, he was blind to the facts. He was willfully ignorant, Darlene. The term I use, I like Travis, but he's willfully ignorant. He went to the Mavericks game sitting on the front row in what looked like pajama pants that say trophy husband and some shoes and a plain white tee that looked like a shirt was waiting to be put on over it. And I'm like, uh, willfully ignorant. Willfully ignorant. I will be around. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Darlene said, "Me too, Ronnie. Yes, fly Eagles, fly tomorrow. Oh, Eagles. Okay, she going for the Eagles. All right, we're gonna be on opposite sides in the family tomorrow. We consider ourselves a family. Just know the family gonna be divided tomorrow because I'm rolling with the Commanders. I heard it say 6 point spread. We talked about that. The game is at 3 o'clock. I'm gonna be right here. Even if you can't join us for a long time, maybe just come by, drop some emojis in the chat and go about your way. Make sure you hit the like button. And but it would be cool if people just stop by for a little bit just to celebrate with us. Tired of the Chiefs, they will cheat. Ronnie, yes. Now, don't y'all think it's interesting that the Chiefs only have a 1.5 spread to win this game? So the Chiefs are supposed to be like that. But the spread, they're only favored to win by 1.5 point. I find that very interesting. Very interesting. That's not a good matchup. Oh, you talking about the Eagles and I mean the Chiefs and the Commanders? Is that not a good matchup? That's what you saying? Sound? I'm gonna call you 3,000. That's not what you. That's what you're saying. 3,000. It says Sewanee is where the Falcons practice, so you know what time it is. What? I did not know that. Oh, the Falcons practice in Sewanee. Oh wow. So that's a nice area. Let me look up the median home value in Sewanee. I'm just curious. Hold on one second. Oh, that means that's real nice. Medium home value in Sewanee, Georgia. The medium home value in Sewanee in Georgia in December of 2024 was around, this is way better than I thought, $546,000. That's down 1.2% from the previous year. So when he was in high school, it was better than this. Because last year it was better than this. However, the median home value in Sewanee can dip. That's why the Falcons practice out there. That's a nice area. Imagine living in Sewanee, being the number one player in the country, and you think it's somebody choosing you, even though you only had $1 in your pocket. Hell, sound like you ain't have to work. Sound like it's kids go to this high school. Half of the student parking lot got nicer cars than the teachers' parking lot. I'm not being disrespectful. That's how it go at these schools where the money at. That's how it goes. Oh wow, that's huge. You see what I'm saying? Unrealistic expectations are trying really hardly to justify why I'm with this person who disrespected me publicly at my biggest moments. She was with me when I ain't have nothing, but you lived in Sewanee. Whew. I saw that and thought that was strange. Let's see. It said what high schooler has a lot that parents don't provide? Hell, it's college kids out here being provided for by their parents. Remember that daddy's money comment that Colorado State was hurling at Shador and Shiloh and Bucky? Y'all got daddy's money. And you know what people said? All them students in Colorado got daddy's money. That's what you call trying to justify why you putting up with the BS. And here's the thing. You not nearly as bad off as you was claiming. Even if, even if, your house was 300,000. You know what I said? You lived in Sewanee in your mama garage, and it was actually kids out here graduating high school while living in a homeless shelter. That's what you call trying to justify putting up with the BS. We see this more often from women in relationships. Y'all know y'all don't work with somebody. They always got that one lady in the office who in a relationship and everybody know about it because one, she probably tell us, or two, we can't help but know about it because she keep having to call out. She keep being absent. She keep getting bruised. She in a bad situation. She won't leave it. She make him seem like he the best thing since sliced bread. All because she don't know her worth. And he, the abuser, validates her. This is Travis's situation. And yes, he's in an abusive relationship. People don't want to see it for what it is. Anytime you're in a relationship where somebody is controlling your emotions, disrespecting you publicly, public disrespect is intentional. They knew exactly what they were doing it, which makes it 10 times worse. Oh, I've been treating you like this at the house, but guess what? Now that you finna blow up, I'm finna show everybody. I got you under my thumb. So if I want to scam him, they just gonna go to her. And the first deal has already been done. That's right, Gracie. When you in high school, your parents generally provide for you. And if not, you go get a job. I knew I wanted to be able to go to the mall and buy myself stuff in high school. So I made the sacrifice. I went to school, I was a cheerleader, and I worked at the mall. Why? Because I wanted my own money. That's what you do instead of thinking that the first person that come along to you is basically, I don't know, you know, you in a situation that's bad and they assume they decide to be with you even though you're in a bad situation. They didn't even think you was in a bad situation. In fact, I'm willing to believe your situation was better than theirs. But they just rolled with it because they saw you was blind, didn't know what you had, so they knew they could take you for a ride. When you talk, scammers listen. And when people latch on to you, oh, I'm gonna do this for you, I'm gonna do that for you. People were like, by the way, when he had surgery at Jackson State, she was there at the hospital. I said, what y'all thought she was gonna leave and let one of them black young ladies come tend to him? That's what she had to do to get to where she is. That's not a sacrifice. That's what you're supposed to do in order if you want to be the woman. What? I like you, but I'm not gonna help you when you in need. So I'm gonna leave you to all these beautiful black women at Jackson State, and they gonna have pity on you, and they gonna carry your books, and they gonna drive you to the doctor, and they gonna put your stitches on. People make that sound like a grave sacrifice. He was the number one player in the country. That's what you do for the number one player in the country if you want to be able to be there when they take that ride to the NFL. So spare me with her sacrifices. I ain't seen one yet. It was his last game. I was trying to figure out why she was in Mexico. This is when I used to follow her. And it said that he paid for her and her friends to go to Mexico doing his last game of his college career because it was her birthday. When he get to the NFL, it's gonna still be her birthday during the season. And y'all know he frugal. He paid for her and her friends. So what does that tell you? He willing to go broke. Even though he frugal, he willing to go against his own principles. There's a lot that can come from that. That means she can convince him to do anything. I'm frugal. I'm willing to tell everybody I'm frugal. But when it comes to this particular situation, I'm willing to ignore my financial principles and do something to make another person happy, regardless of how bad they treat me. That's low self worth. That's what makes you grow as a person. He will always being subservient to her. He forgets he is a prize. Yeah. I heard somebody who's still associated with him, who I did respect at one point. I'm not saying I don't, but if you around him and you going along with the foolishness, he just giving me Kanye. He's just giving me Kanye. Like you just out here wilding out, letting this happen, let that happen, and nobody can tell you anything. It's the same thing. It's the same thing, and it's not something you even want to see. That's why I had to just like follow block. I didn't want to see it. When people choose to be willfully ignorant, you have to look away because you don't want to see the train wreck. You don't want to see it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to know when it happened. I'm not waiting on it to happen, and I don't even need to know I know it's gonna happen eventually. So I'm not gonna sit here and watch. I am really close to the area he grew up at. Oh, okay, Gracie. So you live that direction. Okay, all right. They are going to get in here. Yeah, when he get to the NFL, and that's why I said that relationship gonna be tested when it come to minicamp. Cause at minicamp, you can't go home. You finna be on the phone all day. And they haze rookies. I'm like, he gonna have that locker room in shambles. Just the way she dressed alone gonna have the locker room in shambles. Like when she was on Coach Prime season 3, I think when she went with him to do his NIL deals. That's what it was. The guy that's still associated with him said she does everything for him. She thinks for him, so he don't even have to think for himself. That's how you cripple people. That's how you cripple people. And you wait until you know they're not gonna check, and you do what you need to do. And when you gone, they're not gonna check because they're gonna be in so much shambles crying behind you. They're not gonna stop to think for 5 seconds that you done ran off with everything that they done worked hard for. And for people to think that that's a plus and not to be concerned about, well, they just want their paycheck too. If you know better, you do better. Absolutely. If you know better, you do better, Ronnie. Absolutely. The Falcons complex is in Flowery Branch, Georgia, next to the county over from Gwinnett. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I think Gwinnett, North. That's North. Lawrenceville is in Gwinnett, I think. Is Buford in Gwinnett? I know all of that's North or whatever. Yep. This is sad. It is. It is. It is. But it's his choice. And sometimes I ask myself, okay, why am I seeing all of this? I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this. But it becomes we all have kids. We have kids, we have nieces, we have nephews, we got cousins. And I'm like, Lord forbid, if it happens in my family, I'm gonna have to know. Sometimes you just gotta let people make their own mistake. You can say your piece and then you can move on. But I don't think you should ever sit back and let somebody crash out unless they push you away. And to me, that's what I see him doing. It's reported that he pushed his friend away when his friend was like, hey, I think maybe and y'all see he done distanced himself from Shador. He not at the Shrine Bowl. He not sound like he not going to the celebration where everybody gonna be in Boulder that supposedly get drafted. And it's true, you could go your own way and you could do your own thing, but it looked like that's what he was gonna do. Cause that's maybe what he wanted to do, or maybe somebody feel like they want to be the one to pulling the strings because they think that's how some people who are manipulative think. They think if you don't let them control you, then you allowing somebody else to do it. They don't think you have your own mind, that you just don't want them doing it and you want to think for yourself. They just think somebody else doing it. And I have a feeling that's why he was pulled away from the Sanders, because Coach Prime is so influential in his life that they felt like, well, he doing what they want. They didn't look at it as Travis doing what he want. It said he'll be late. He'll look up and be like the football player whose wife scammed him out of millions. We talked about that. The crazy part is she had help from somebody at the bank too, I think they said. We talked about that when I first started podcasting, Eric somebody or something. Um that situation, yeah, and it's funny how that happened while all of this is happening. And in my opinion, we've already seen how this scenario is gonna play out. And then when the rapper boyfriend came into the mix and he was from New Orleans and Lil Wayne was from New Orleans, somebody put in the comments, the rapper Bay, a YouTuber said, I'm instrumental in putting her rapper, SoundCloud rapper dude out there. I said, no, 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 no. I said, no, 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 no. He could thank her for mentioning that she dated a SoundCloud rapper, because at that point, the internet had already had people coming to them. She used to work in Cheetahs in Atlanta. She used to do this. She used to do that. So if I want to put my SoundCloud rapper Bay out there, I was in his video, I'm going to just say I dated a SoundCloud rapper. And guess what happened? Somebody went to a YouTuber and said she was in this video. Now, who the hell know that? In 3 years, that video didn't have 2,000 views, but all of a sudden somebody know it's her in the video. Sometimes people are so smart that they will capitalize on anything. Because when you're a hustler, that's how your brain works. Oh, I could use this for my benefit. So in that video where she sat down with the crop top when she was planning her hair, I want y'all to understand something. That's the video Shannon Sharp got upset about because she called Travis a cheater. Keep that in mind. So first she said she didn't know why people were mad at her. Now we saw her publicly disrespect this man. So that's the lack of accountability right there, making herself the victim. Okay. Number two, she called him a cheater, but she dating him. She want to marry him, but he a cheater. That's number two. Make myself the victim, number one. Number two, I'm gonna throw him under the bus. Number three, well, since I'm getting all this hate, let me just go ahead out here and throw the dude name that I got tattooed on my ring finger. Naughty Slim, the dollar sign. That's how he spells Slim with the dollar sign. That she proudly showed off in that video. Oh, she proudly showed off that tattoo. Let me just go ahead on and throw him out here. So when she was like, I dated a SoundCloud rapper boyfriend, I was like, bingo. You threw Travis under the bus, called him a cheater in the same video. You did a layup for the dude who you got your ring finger on. Is it a coincidence? His rap name is Naughty Slim, Knot, tie to knot, T-I rapper, dollar sign, Lim. And that's on your ring finger. And in the same video, the man that brought you that beautiful engagement ring covers up that tattoo. It said she wouldn't remove it. You drag and publicly disrespect Travis. Throw him under the bus. You take no accountability for your actions. Throw Travis under the bus. Call him a cheater, knowing he finna go to the league, knowing that could upset his endorsements. Hell, Disney might have wanted to endorse him, but now he a cheater. So no, we don't want to go that way. And then you throw out to the internet who already been putting everything out about you that people go to them with. So you tried it one more time. Well, hell, if I'm gonna get all this negative press, let me just go on out here and throw old boy out there. That's exactly what happened. So the internet person who thinks I'm the reason people listening to him, she the reason people listening to him. But she threw Travis under the bus in the same video that she put old boy on. And people were like, he refused to do interviews and talk negative about her. I'm like, why would he? If you listen to his music, he even used a football euphemism. That's how you know Travis was in the picture. I told this to my friend. I said in his song, he said, it's something and it's 3 and 25. I'm not punting it. I'm going to run it back. When I'm not around, she hold me down. People like he made something music in a year. I'm like, there's probably a reason for that. And his new music, he says she got a million reasons to do something. He said, I love your confidence. They hating on you, blah, blah, blah. He's like in his 30s. Hustlers stick together, don't they? Hustlers stick together whether you know it or not. So people are like, you know what? This situation, you don't even want to know no more about it because it's really bad. It's like, it's not just he in a scenario where a woman doesn't like him, doesn't love him, but there's somebody else. So it's just gonna be one of those things that you just gonna have to find out when everybody else find out. I mean, when the headlines hit, I ain't gonna even be shocked. Because in Tennessee, see, in Georgia, you have to be married for 3 years before you collect alimony. You can look that up. Just like you can look up in Tennessee, you don't have to be married for any amount of time. People's like, I wonder, does she want to have his kid? She called his little brother ugly. I heard it with my own 2 eyes. Travis' little brother looked like him. Might explain why that trap hadn't been set yet. Buford is in Gwinnett. Oh, okay. It's very sad. Darlene said it's very sad because I have a son his age. As a mother, I would definitely be a part of every decision to be made. Nope. The mama, it's like everybody been moved out the way. The crazy part is, Trav have a podcast. So he had this co-host, this dude named Bug, who I saw in a video. I guess he know DeAndrea, the well-off media, because he was around them. I said, okay, that's where he come from. He know them, right? The next thing you know, they said, all of a sudden you start seeing her brother, who he refers to as his best friend. He didn't even refer to his own brother as his best friend. Siblings will sometimes they be best friends or whatever. But he referred to him as his best friend. The next thing you know, guess who on the podcast? The brother. And Bug was gone. I was like, okay, now I know we not doing this. I'm like, I know we not didn't just move Bug out the way for this dude right here. So then so that's what happened. There was a switch. I was like, maybe he on vacation. Then when he came back, oh boy was still on there. So she done worked him into the house. She done worked him in there. So all the places, because she was catching flack, because she was keeping an eye on him by going everywhere with him. So now she sent her brother. And he think that's his best friend. When he was sitting there ranting to the internet, talking about y'all don't know her, she was with me when I ain't have nothing. She let me use her car. Her brother said she bought her own car. His brother never once said to him, bro, you was only 18. You wasn't supposed to have nothing. They just let him. That's why I said it's like Kanye. When he got all them yes people around, bought a $54 million house and gutted it and left it bare, 3 stories of cement. Now, I know somebody around him didn't say nothing. Bro, that's a waste of money. Why would you do something like that? Just an eyesore sitting on Malibu Beach. Because it's the same situation. It's like you just you move everybody away that look out for you. You allow yourself to be pulled away from everybody. And the person that's manipulating you, bringing everybody around you, her brother. Y'all know his agency representation. It's going to be more and more of that. And his last deal that I know of, his brand management is with, the lady that did Coach Prime business partner, the visionary. They call her the boss. That's what they call her, Miss Constance Schwartz Milner. She is his representation for brand deals. She brought him the Adidas deal. The moment that contract is up for renewal, if he resign with her, I'm gonna be shocked. Not that he shouldn't. She represents Shiloh, Shador, and Travis. She gonna be missing one of them after this, because they gonna make sure it ain't her, because she's the last. Her and the lady that's planning the wedding, Mama T, are the last 2 people who are that close to the situation, and they women. Now, Miss Milton probably not gonna say nothing. She got businesses to run. Mama T is the closest, and y'all know her and Coach Prime close. She the last one. But now, when Travis said he wanted to have a bouncy house at his wedding, she was like, "You want to do what?" She challenged his thoughts. So she can do that. She can do that. But, you know, somebody got to keep their foot in the door. I'm surprised that she was a wedding planner. I'm shocked. But every event that he wanted planned for, that he was like surprising his fiance with the car, her birthday, this, that, the other, Mama T planned it. Miss Taisha, she planned it. So yep, there it is. There it is. So, we friends with Cam Ward. We want the best for Travis. Whatever team, he go to, be it Cleveland, whatever his situation has the potential, if he allows his emotions to be controlled, if he allows somebody in his space to disrupt his biggest moments, then he gonna suffer. But, when he went to the Mavericks game, people said that in the comments. They were like, they was hoping that she wasn't there. I'm like, she might have not been there, but somebody pointed it out. She got him in check because he was wearing pajama pants, sitting on the front row. That say trophy husband. So even if you don't see her, she still makes her presence known. He still, so it said, did something new happen with now? No, we were just saying that he wasn't at the Shrine game. Felicia. Is that Felicia? Felisa. Welcome, Felisa. We were talking about the Shrine game, noticing that he was absent. Shador was there. He didn't play, but he still went. He supported the team. It looks good for the program. We were noticing that Travis wasn't there. So that started a conversation about Travis, his representation. We see him moving differently. That's how we got to where we are. So that's the topic. But we were talking about the East West Shrine game, the players that are there, how I thought it was interesting that the wide receivers from Colorado in the one clip of the video I saw that was not shot by Bucky, shot by someone else, featured all of the Colorado wide receivers balling out. It showed Cameron Stillman Craig and Shiloh playing, I guess, against other, people and with other people. So we were just commenting about the Shrine Bowl, which is Thursday on the NFL Network at, did we say 8 p.m.? Let me see the time. Let me see the time. January 30th at, there's the time there? I feel like I said it was 8 o'clock, but let me see. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern. So 8 o'clock my time or Atlanta time. So it's at 8 p.m. Eastern, January 30th. Yes, the players that went, let's see. Who's all I think Cameron Silma Craig, Shiloh Sanders, Shador Sanders, even though Shador not playing, he still went. LaJonte, Jimmy Horn Jr., Will Shepherd. Did I miss anybody, guys? Oh, Travis was invited, but he didn't go. So that was our conversation. Definitely he is. He definitely moving different. Oh, for sure. He moving different. And his pattern seems to be if he can cut you off, if you say something that he don't want to hear, he cut people off. We talked about how he had this high school friend that had concerns about his relationship. He cut the dude off. We see how he moving different, distancing himself away from CU, from Coach Prime and Shador, and in particular Shador. The guys that he referred to as his brothers, Coach Prime's, one of the sons, and now all of that's gone out the window. Travis' countenance is different and it makes me sad. I miss his joy. I mean, he was smiling when he met Anthony Edwards, and people were like, oh my God, the irony, because of the fake post that was out there with Anthony Edwards. But no, I mean, honestly, what I've come to understand something about him, you don't know when he really joyful or not, because he can turn it on and he can turn it off. And we talked about that. Now, when he met Anthony Edwards, now remember, Anthony Edwards and Travis Hunter had a meetup after the Timberwolves played the Dallas Mavericks. Travis was sitting courtside, and after the game, Anthony Edwards took off his jersey, gave it to Travis, and Travis was happy about the shoes and was saying, "Oh, I can't wait to hoop in these." It looked genuine. It looked genuine, but they both are with Adidas. And Travis at a Mavericks game by himself in trophy husband pajamas and a plain white t-shirt that was waiting for a hoodie to come over it. Looks like Adidas set it up. And that's cool because that's what you're supposed to do with marketing. So his joy, I don't know how you can tell when it's real and when it's manufactured. That's just something I've seen from watching him. But he looked excited. He said he couldn't wait to hoop in the shoes. And but he's with Adidas, and so is Anthony Edwards. I even said we might get to see Travis at the Kansas City Chiefs game because Pat Mahomes is also with Adidas. So Travis might make the rounds and show up at the Chiefs game. I'm happy to see him. I ain't gonna lie. When he went off social media, I was like, I hope he doing okay. So when you see him, he breathing. So that's good. He breathing, and he ain't in the house depressed. He has obligations. Everything happened for a reason. So we have to see him because he gonna have to get out. So it just lets people know, he all right. He gonna be all right. That's what it does. It's kind of like when you have a relative that's going through something and you don't see them for a while, when they distance themselves from everybody, you worry about them. You worry about them. And then when you see them somewhere, whether it's at the grocery store or at the mall, or like the grandmother has a dinner and this person shows up, you're happy to see them. You're happy to see them. And you just hope that, everything goes okay. But you know that they aren't so bad off that they're willing to treat their responsibility. So having that Adidas contract gets him out. And it looks like it gets him away. And that could be good. That could be good. That could be good. So so after all that happened, yeah, it did. It did. I mean, I'm responding to Regina was saying that after everything happened, he changed. Yeah. I mean, honestly, something like that should change you. What people don't understand, what people do not understand, one, the internet is undefeated. And if you think it says a lot about you up here, if you truly think that you could defeat the internet by going at people because they told the truth that counteracted your lie. You see what I'm saying? That tells you a lot right there. That says you don't stop and think critically. Okay, before I go to war with the internet, I better understand this might cost me some deals. This might not look good for me. What it told anybody who is a rational thinking person is when it comes to that situation right there, defending a lie, even defending a lie, he was willing to risk his reputation, risk any brand deals, didn't give a damn what the internet thought, all to go to war about a lie that she told. That's what I'm saying. What he doesn't seem to understand is when the internet came for him, everything they knew about him that they used to talk about him, her not being his type, regardless of why. We know that because she put it out there. Nobody else knew that. She put that out there. She said it. She didn't have to say it. She could remember, I'm on camera. I'm not going to put him out there like that. But she's okay with putting him out there like that. She's okay with making him look stupid. We've seen it done on video. We've seen it on TV, live TV. Um, that's what I'm saying. That's how you know something's not right up here because you are going to risk everything. And this was the period the NFL was investigating them. Coach Prime told the room. He said, guys like Travis and Shador are going to be they're going to be investigated by the NFL. They're going to look into your little homies and your little homies because they get ready to invest in you. So they want to know what you got going on in your personal life. So even though that all of that was going on, he still put himself out there or allowed his good name to be used to threaten a content creator over a lie that she told. And it was obvious it was a lie. So you can't do that. Whether you going number one in the draft, the top 5 in the draft, you can't do that. You just got to let the lie be a lie. You just got to let the truth come out. But he wanted to deflect from the truth because it counteracts the lie that he been living. You see what I'm saying? It counteracts the lie and the facade that he put up about his own situation. And that's what the internet did. It showed him because he kept saying, y'all don't have a girlfriend. Y'all need to go get y'all some business. And I was like, and he kept saying that. I said, the internet gonna show him he ain't got no girlfriend either. And that's what happened. They were like, you don't have no girlfriend. You got somebody that's for the streets. What did they prove? It wasn't hard to prove it because the information was already out there. The guys that she was involved with put the information out there. The only one that wouldn't talk is the one who name tattooed on her ring finger. Travis wasn't invited to the Shrine game. Colorado only accepted by Coach Prime. They wanted Shador, but CP would let Shador accept unless it was Shiloh and Shador can attend. Michael, where you get that from? Travis wasn't invited to the Shrine Bowl. What? That's surprising. Why would Travis be invited to the Shrine Bowl? It says Shador was invited. It said it's not a lot of information about Travis being out there. So, Michael, you're gonna have to go ahead on and tell us that. I love Travis though. I think a lot of people do. I just miss how he used to be. I mean, he was a joy. I felt like he brought a lot of joy to the team. He was funny, his bubbliness. That's what a lot of people miss. He said he's not taking pictures anymore. He has to take pictures. He might not be taking free pictures, but why punish your fans? Your fans didn't do anything. This is the same guy that took pics for hours after the last game. I watched that. Somebody was live at CU and they had the camera positioned on where the players come out. After that last game, Travis ran off. And I was like, whoa, I think he was headed over to that event. She was several her and somebody else was like way behind him. So it's like he just left and went where he had to go. He stood out there for hours because what Travis is doing is trying to prove to people. At one point, he was trying to prove to people that he's a good guy. I'm like, Travis, your character is not in question. So he felt like because they were pointing out who she is, in his mind, he felt like they were attacking his character. That's how wrapped up in the scenario that he is. It's not that he just she validates him. That's all you could say. And that's why he felt put down because people told the truth about her. It's different if they lied. You don't want nobody lying on your boo or your fiance. You don't want nobody lying. But if they telling the truth, you can't get mad at them for telling the truth. What you are mad at is the facade that you've been keeping up, that this perfect situation is not that. That's why I think he's backing off from the public because even though he had obligations, he was willing to go dark on social media. And you can't do that with an Adidas deal. You can't do that with the other deals that he has. He had other deals. I think he had a Stanley Cup deal. I noticed right after that, they hurry up and got their deal in there and out of there. Because, I mean, things change. Things change. I heard because he is not a senior. Oh, that could be it. That could be it. I think they said the Hula Bowl changed their rules so that juniors and seniors could go, but I do think this game is only seniors. So yeah, so he wasn't invited. That would explain why you don't hear anybody talking about his absence. Okay, thank you for that clarity. Thank you for that clarity. Me anyway. Excellent. Thank you for that clarity. So that's why he's not there. Because we asked, I know at the top of the video, I know I asked, Regina asked why he wasn't there. He's not a senior. Good job. Okay. So now we just have to wait and see where they're gonna do the draft at. It's supposed to be in Colorado. He said if he goes number one, he wants to be in Green Bay. That's perfectly understandable. And so, that's what it is. I'm glad Shador went, even though, yes, Shador is a senior, but even though Shador is a senior, and for whatever reason he's not playing, he still went to support the team. So I do like that aspect of it. I do like that aspect of it. But it doesn't change from the fact that we feel like we do see him moving differently in his personal relationships. So it wasn't surprising that he wouldn't have been there. He is so sheltered and she is marrying the prize. Yeah. I was hoping the pants he had on that said trophy husband was like a glimmer of self-worth that you the trophy. Whether it say husband or not. But see, that's what playing house gets you. See, that's what playing house, a lot of people live together and they not. When you playing house like that, sometimes you don't just leave when you probably should because why you did it takes a lot to get into the situation. Then you emotionally invested into the situation. So you keep trying, you keep trying, you keep trying. But those people that have gone before you will tell you in a situation like this, unless she decides to fall in love with you, you are in a loveless relationship and you will end up in a loveless marriage because love does not come with personal disrespect, public disrespect over and over and over at your biggest moments. That cannot be ignored. That is not love. That is not immaturity. It doesn't need coaching. It's a red flag that love is not the reason for somebody's presence. He is not classified as a senior and he's graduating next semester. I was surprised he didn't do the senior walk too. I mean, I don't know. He's graduating next semester. People have questioned who did Travis's schoolwork based off the decision making and the way he has carried himself after this incident. People have said, I thought y'all said he was a 4.0 student. But a person can be an intellectual and not have common sense. I mean, that's just how it goes. But I've often said what somebody else just said, Ronnie, he was extremely sheltered, but his sheltering was self-imposed. And his sheltering was self-imposed because of a lack of self-worth. Just because you go to school with people and they call you ugly, don't mean you need to lock yourself in your little space and cut the whole world off and latch on to the first person that come along when it's obvious of who you are. Just because you can't see it don't mean they can't see it. That's just what it is. He gonna be a defensive midfield player. They will try to eat him alive. He's graduating this semester. Oh, okay. Travis is graduating this semester. I don't know. I don't know. But that's good that he graduated. I like at least that for him. What is he, a junior? Is he a junior? Is that what it is? Because he went to 1 year at Jackson State and 2 years at CU. So yeah, he should be at the end of his junior year. So yeah. So, I tell people when people kept asking, why is everybody so concerned about Travis? I'm like, because he's a good dude and you could see it. You could see he's young. You could see he's a good person. We felt like, in terms of being a good guy. And you're supposed to protect the good guys. You're supposed to protect the sheltered. You're supposed to protect people trying to do the right thing. When you see somebody on the street, if you see an old lady and somebody trying to snatch her purse, okay, you're supposed to show compassion. You're supposed to care. So when you see a young person who hasn't had a lot of relationships in a relationship where they're being manipulated, abused, and used, you're supposed to care. I felt like some people were jealous because they didn't have that type of village in their life. But, you know, when you have it, you should appreciate it. And there were some people that didn't want you to care because they were in the same situation. And in their minds, they didn't listen to nobody else. They crashed out and they're still walking around. They're like, look, let him crash out. I've crashed out. He'll be fine. No, no, we are not all the same when it comes to crashing out. So that's why I'm on the floor. Let's see. What'd you say? It said he's going to be a defensive multi-year player. They would try to eat him alive. Yeah, that's not gonna be this situation is not staying where it occurred. See you. No, no, no. Not at all. Not at all. He's graduating this semester. He's gonna be a defensive player. It says Lisa said, I'm on the floor. Um, Not who did Travis's homework. For real. People have asked that question. He said she was his partner in crime. I had already heard that. People like, after this, questioning his up here. Who did his homework? Because somebody said, y'all said he was a 4.0 student. Who did his homework? Like for real. And he said she his partner in crime. I'm like, oh, okay. One day we're gonna find out what that means. Um, he said on his podcast that he's graduating early this semester. Oh, that's okay. All right. He is a junior. Okay, he's a junior. So he is graduating early. I don't know. I don't know. I just wish him well, whatever he decide to do. But it can't go unnoticed that he seems to be moving different. And somebody said, what do you mean by moving different? How we got to this part of the conversation was saying that he was supposed to go to see you with, it's supposed to be, I think Coach Prime said Travis, Shiloh, Ishador, and some of the other guys. That's how he said it was gonna come to see you on draft day. And I remember people talking about that. They were like, what? That's different. Cause sometimes they be at the house, sometimes they be wherever they have the draft. This time it's Green Bay. And that's what Coach Prime said. And after Travis's representation was announced, Travis went on his own podcast and said, well, if I'm gonna be the first pick in the draft, I want to be in Green Bay. Not that that's an issue. Now, y'all know he and Coach Prime like this. Um, so Coach Prime went on Good Morning America and he restated Travis and Shador gonna be in Travis, Shador, and Shiloh gonna be in Boulder. We're gonna have something big, like a big draft party at the gym with all the players that's going to the draft, the ones that want to go, and the fans, because it makes sense, right? CU fans, we all get together, we celebrate the draft. So Coach Prime said that on Good Morning America. Travis said something different on his podcast. And I'm like, okay, now you could have told Coach Prime if you didn't want to go to Colorado. But you know, somebody pointed out that sometimes I read comments that said, "Oh, now that he has secured the bag, he don't need them no more." In other words, didn't tell Shador, supposed to be his brother. He's supposed to be the youngest Sanders kid. Didn't tell Shador that they set a date for the wedding. Didn't tell Coach Prime he want to go to Green Bay. Um, I don't know. It just seemed like he in his feelings. That's why I said that's what he looked like when he left the gym after the team send off to the Alamo Bowl. He just walked out past everybody. He didn't go, partner, see you later. Hey, I catch you later. Peace. He didn't sign nothing. He didn't talk to nobody. He just got in his truck and got the hell on. As if your mama told you, when you go up there, do what you got to do, and you come straight back here. You don't stop, don't pass go. You come back. That's how he was moving. That's how he was moving. And that's his teammates. And they get ready to go to a bowl game together. They didn't play their regular season together. Some people was leaving, going to other schools. He went past everybody. But and I said that people feel like, oh my God, he's gonna have this stellar career. He might. Then again, his personal issues, which gonna still be there because he still got the same person. Um, if she so chooses, he gonna have personal issues. You can turn that on, you can turn it off too. And it's what you should choose to hit yourself to. Personal issues affect professional work. You can't separate the two. I talked about how Tom Brady missed 11 days of camp dealing with personal issues and he still got a divorce. So it happens. You can't make a decision about a person when you see that their personal situation affects them as a person. After that interview, he was different from the moment after that last interview, after the whole public display of disrespect. Everybody said it. When he was interviewing, he was totally different. He was trying to keep it together. Something he seemed skilled at turning on and turning off. We saw him be different. And people say he was different from I don't know, the internet thing. No, he was different from that interview where we could see he was bothered on. From that moment, everything was different. Everything. The way he was acting on social media, crashing out. He has fans telling the fans, y'all don't know me. Go get you some business. Y'all ain't got no woman. Y'all ain't never had no woman, talking to his fans like that. Remember, this started on his podcast. So his fans were on his podcast. This started on his podcast, The War with the Internet. Started on his podcast. You had to be a fan to even know he had a podcast. You think regular content creators was watching his podcast? No. So he's a junior. He gonna graduate early. Okay, we cool with that. But when you see somebody with unrealistic expectations or somebody trying to justify the BS that's happening to them, um, that doesn't just go away. That type of that's learned behavior. See, when you out here justifying somebody abusing you, that wasn't the first time. It's not gonna be the last. So that type of behavior that you experience publicly, you was already experiencing privately. Somebody just made a choice to publicly embarrass you. And when it happens consistently, they are abusing you because they doing it for a reason. They know other people gonna see it. And you still choose to be with somebody like this. You distance yourself from everybody that's trying to help you to defend that which is causing you problems in the first place. Yeah, he should, because he don't want to hear the truth. But here's the thing, going off of social media is not going to stop you from hearing the truth. You got to go to the grocery store. You get ready to play in the league. You're going to be in the locker room. You have to interact with other people. You have brand deals, so you got to be out there. You can't, and sometimes when people are sheltered, they know how to protect themselves. You can do all of that, and it's still not going to make your situation be what it's not, what you said it is. That's called living a lie. That's called living a lie. That's all we were told at the end of that OSU game. The front he been putting up was just that. And that lets you look at a person and wonder, why on earth would you hide something like this? Because I have low self-worth and I want this because this validates me. She's pretty, so y'all like me. If she leave, what am I gonna have? I don't know, maybe your self-worth, your self-esteem. It's called valid. Is somebody, when somebody validates you, you can't let them go. Some people said he has Stockholm syndrome, meaning he's attached to his emotionally attached to his abuser. You know, so we'll see. We'll see. Well, the conversation I want to have today, we went down that road. Oh, 21 people in here. 19 likes. Somebody give me up to 21. Give me up to 21. I appreciate it. I hope y'all have enjoyed the conversation. If anything pops off where a young man that we care about is concerned, feel free to come right back here because I will pop up. I was saying it was so funny on my live when I was excited for him when I saw him with Anthony Edwards, right? I was like, okay, Trav, we see you out here, like that. And I was like, okay, people keep saying I'm some so and so AT or whatever. I'm like, so your AT telling you if you're gonna sit front row at an NBA game, I'm gonna need you to leave them trophy husband pants at home and put that ish on. You can't be, when you in a relationship and your boo let you walk outside, knowing you going to an NBA front row game and they are not there and they let you look crazy, what does that tell you? See, when somebody really care about you, whether they go to an event with you or not, they're gonna be like, nah, you can't go out here like that. We saw you for the Heisman. We know you could put it on. But because somebody maybe wasn't sitting courtside, they like just let him go out the house like that because you ain't with me. What we doing? See, that's not somebody that cares. And then people gonna say, well, maybe she tried and she didn't listen. I'm like, apparently she thinks for him. So no, she didn't. She wasn't there. And it probably had something to do with Adidas because I'm pretty sure he was there because of Adidas. And they're probably like, look here, we're going to need you to fly solo on this. We got one ticket. No, we got two for you and your security. And we just talking. But, essentially, if your boo let you go out the house, now listen to this. If your boo know you going front row at a game, okay, and they let you go out the house, like don't stop you. Okay, you cannot go out here like that. You're gonna be front row. Millions of people gonna see you. It's a Mavs game. Everybody go to those games. You want to make sure you put your best foot forward. Don't go out here looking like you just rolled out the bed, right? And if y'all like, well, maybe she told him, and if he didn't listen to her, tell him that he need to do something about his appearance because he be gonna sit in front row and he need to put that ish on, then what does that tell you about the relationship? It ain't all that. So I'm gonna go out here looking crazy. One, she gonna let me because she didn't go, so she don't care what I look like. Two, she trying to tell me to do better, and I refuse to because I'm going out here by myself. So I'm gonna just go out here looking stupid anyway. So I don't even listen to the person that sleep next to me or in the guest room down the hall. What does that tell you? It's not healthy. It's not healthy. You in a relationship with somebody and they don't care what they look like. Okay. Most people gonna be like, you know what? You don't care what you look like. You ain't gonna care about me. Facts. You in a relationship with somebody, they let you go outside looking any kind of way because they not around. They do not have your best interests at heart. And if they could tell you everything, if they could make every decision, and you push everybody away for them, you push everybody away for them, and they told you to put some clothes on and you don't listen, well, you crazy because they could tell you everything else, but they ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's that I tried and he didn't listen. I think it's that shit, I ain't going, so I don't care what you look like. That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. Either way, it's not healthy. It's not healthy. It said, and she's not all that pretty. They put everything on the internet. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. Queen T, welcome, 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 welcome. They don't care about you. No, they don't care about you. I Anybody let you go 3 years without brushing your teeth don't care about you. Anybody that let you look crazy, knowing that you going there to be the center of attention because you got a multi-million dollar deal. Don't care about you. And for sure, his future teammates gonna have something to say about the situation, and her that locker room gonna be in shambles. Y'all see how she dressed? Y'all seen that? Y'all saw Coach Prime season 3 and everything else. Everything else. Yep, Gracie, you spot on about that. Ronnie, yep, absolutely. See, that's what I'm saying. And see, he gonna be wanting to fight somebody. He gonna want to fight somebody because they got something to say about her. But people try to tell you. Dez Bryant said all she gives him is a headache. I will forever go back to the video where she's playing in her hair with a crop top on, sitting in front of the camera, playing the victim. She said she adores him or he's a good dude. She never said I love him. She never said I never heard him say we love each other. I never heard her say I love him. He's like the best. He's this, he's that. She talked about he's a phenomenal person. It sounds like a work relationship. Sound like he paid her a meal to stay in a relationship. That's how she treated him. Like, look, I'm tired of putting up with this. I just did this for the money. Now I'm ready to go. I don't care how I treat you in public. That's what it gives. At the Heisman, she did not look into it at all. The Sports Illustrated, they went straight to her. I know a lot of people didn't look at that video, but unfortunately, it came up my feed. I looked at it. I didn't know what to get from it. And the camera went straight to her, and she was sitting there like this. I'm like, she looked like she his mama who ready to go. And I told you to come on 15 minutes ago. Not somebody that's happy for him, but that's what he want to do. They will for sure. Absolutely. And she invites it. The way she dresses, like, when they first start doing videos together, I used to watch the videos when they first start doing the channel. I remember when they created the channel. They was at Jackson State. All the guys talked about, if you go back to the early videos, she ain't the one. Look at that tattoo on her finger. Look at how she dressed. Look at them tats. Bruh, no. Look at how she treats you. Look how she talked to you. She not happy about you doing all of this for her. The men have been saying it for years. The difference, time has marched on, and now everything that they said is playing out before our eyes. So what's the next step? Everything that they said. The picture she had on the internet while she was on vacation for her birthday was terrible to post. Oh, are you talking about the Mexico picture, Regina? I had to unfollow right there. And did you see, if that's what you're talking about, this is why I got mad. And this was crazy to me. Okay, so let's talk about that picture. So I used to follow. I unfollowed right then and there. I was trying to understand why she was in Mexico and we still had a game that was getting ready to be played. And I was like, well, maybe this is an old picture. Somebody came to me in the comments and said, nope. He paid for her and her friends to go to Mexico for her birthday. I was like, during his last game, he trying to clinch the Heisman and he got to pay to send her and her friends somewhere. But now think about this. Think about the picture she posted. He posted. I saw with my own eyes. He was not happy about them pictures. He said under that one picture, Regina, and you know what picture I'm talking about. He said, nah, she never took him down. Never. I told a friend of mine that's a guy, I said, oh, that picture, I said, you know what I told him? I said, it's a dude somewhere. I said, it's a dude out here that's looking at this Instagram. That picture ain't for Travis, it's for him. Travis said he didn't like it. He said, nah. You know how many people saw Travis say no, never watched her never take the pictures down? Guess when guess when the pictures went away? And they didn't go away. When the dude from Atlanta who showed he knew her from the strip club and that she was a dancer, when he came forward, she shut down the Instagram. Now, you come to his game with Heisman all on your back in this whole little outfit, which meant his Heisman moment was about you. Because when he said he didn't like them pictures, you didn't take them down. You only close Instagram when Buddy from the strip club show up with receipts. But then you show your tail at his game and you do this on the internet and he paid for it. So essentially, he's paying for the disrespect. And when her old boy that she was in the video with, the tattoo, the ring finger, say she got a million reasons, I was like, where'd she get a million reasons from? It wouldn't surprise me if he done wrote her a check, and that's why she's still there. That's what it give. It ain't love. I ain't never heard nobody say I love except for him. And even when she was explaining, I never heard we in love, we this, none of that. None of that. It's like she's always giving the impression that it's somebody out there watching and she letting that person know ain't nothing between us. And from what I heard, ain't nothing between them. People were saying he slept in a guest room. I was like, okay, I don't really care about that part. They were like, no, no, no. We're saying that because he's doing all of this to get to something that we see all these other guys have gotten out here for free. That's what I was like, okay, all right, I get it. I get it. So he asked her to remove the tattoo. She didn't remove it. That's when she removed it. So she got the tattoo gone. Oh, she removed the tattoo after the tattoo story came out. Yeah. Darlene Thomas. Yeah. Really sad. Yeah. No mama in their right mind who had a relationship with her son will be okay with that. If you are influential and your son's like a prime example, right here today on Unc and Ocho, they doing a story about Jaden Daniels and his mama. They're talking about his mama's the boss. She said no girlfriends right now. No, we not doing that. We not. I'm not saying she said no girlfriends. Essentially, just like y'all see Shador and Shiloh playing ball, but you don't see no woman playing house with them. That's what Jaden Daniels' mama talking about. She like, now you focus on your career. That you have time for that. If you start bringing a relationship into you trying to get to the Super Bowl, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna have to devote the time that you need to focus on this person. And then when you don't devote the enough time that they want, they gonna have a problem with it. And when you don't give them tickets to the game to sit at the front so the camera can see them, they gonna have a problem with it. When you decide you want to keep your relationship private and not have them on your social media, they gonna have a problem with it. So Jaden Daniels' mom, from the perspective of focus, is right. All of that attention, all of that love, all of that everybody says it now. In hindsight, a lot of people say Coach Prime taught his sons right. You don't see no woman. They don't see them shacking up with nobody. No woman is on all of their financial accounts, something that they worked hard for. People said it. They say, now you know they date. They got women, they got girlfriends somewhere. But what do they see? They see boundaries. Coach Prime taught them well. That's what everybody said after this whole Travis Hunter situation. And it's funny how everybody's saying that about Shadu and Shiloh, and you see Travis move on. Now he said he talked to Bucky and Shiloh more. Hopefully he still has that relationship. But even though Bucky don't play sports, y'all don't see Bucky getting down like that. We know he got a girlfriend, but he ain't playing house. Everything that he worked for, he just gladly giving away. The only reason why you give everything away to everybody is because you don't have no self-worth. You know how hard it is for somebody who makes $7.25 an hour, 40 hours a week to just take their check and just give it away, knowing they have needs and responsibilities and things that they need to do. That's not normal. That's not normal. He gives anything away. The brother was at the house. LeJounte, Caleb, and LeJounte's brother was at the house. Travis was sitting in the middle. Makes sense. Caleb was on one side, LeJounte and LeJounte brother on the other. Travis gets up, backs away from the table. The brother pops up from somewhere. Travis made the brother sit, like, you sit here in my chair. I saw LeJounte do like this, but I know he probably didn't even realize what he was doing. Sometimes body language is just automatic to what's going on in here. Go watch that video. I'm like, how you gonna put him in your seat at the middle with your friends? They don't know him like that. He just give anything, everything away. Look, that's why he was dressed like that when he went to the game, probably. He don't value nothing because he don't value himself. Oh, I'm not gonna be mad that I paid for her and her friends to go to Mexico the last week of my OSU game. I mean, why should she want to be here to support me? I'm only trying to win the Heisman. Had all of that happened before he won the Heisman, Ashton Genty would have won the Heisman. Argue with your mama. I'm telling you right now, if all of this that has happened after the Heisman, and this stuff happened right afterwards, Had it happened before the Heisman, and I'm not talking about the OSU, now I'm talking about everything else, arguing with the internet, all of that, and that happened before the Heisman, Ashton Genty would have won that Heisman. They already didn't want to give to Travis in the first place anyway. He had to politic for it a little bit. At first, they was gonna give it to Ashton for her birthday. Purchase her a custom designer. What? I thought she already had a car. Oh, on the other birthday. Oh, you talking about the video when he bought her the Tesla? Yeah, guys had something to say about that. Yep, he looked a mess in that game. He needs a handler. I was like, okay, he need a stylist. It's time for a stylist. If you're gonna be out here, because I would be shocked if he's not at the Kansas City Chiefs game because it's an Adidas, partnership with, um, you know, Pat Mahomes. So if we saw him with Anthony Edwards, even after that whole Anthony Edwards post, which was not true, that meant that Adidas had something to do with that. I don't even think he would have went to the game, to be honest. Now, when he used to go, think about it. We saw him at the Denver games. Remember him and Shador? He looked nice, didn't he? You see how he looked nice? So he know how to look nice. So I know Coach Prime when remember when they met LeBron, I remember he had on like just a little Nike fit. It wasn't nothing fancy, but he looked nice. He didn't look like he rolled out of bed and was like, "Oh shit, let me." It's like I don't value what Adidas has brought in my life, so let me just go out here any kind of way. But I'm gonna make sure I got on some trophy husband pants. People went to my comments. Let me tell y'all what they said. They told me this better be a lie. Because I posted a picture of him and Anthony Edwards together. And I said, Travis, we can't wait to see you hoop in Anthony Edwards shoes, Adidas, right? People saw the video of him with the trophy. I didn't even say nothing about the pants. They was like, this better be a lie. I'm like, it ain't a lie. It ain't. Somebody said it better be Photoshop. I'm like, it's not Photoshop. He actually went sent front row like that. And maybe he was thinking, well, since you ain't going with me, I ain't gonna worry about what I look like. Once again, that's a problem. That means you don't appreciate your blessings. And what happens when God keep blessing you over and over and over and over and over, and you keep trying to give it away to people that don't deserve it, that he didn't want to bless, or you don't respect your blessings, you lose them. He has nobody to guide him but his girlfriend. He could have other people. When he went to the Denver Nuggets game and sat next to Shador, and Coach Prime was somewhere around there, he looked decent. I can pull up a picture right now. Shador and Travis at the Denver Nuggets game. I think he had on like a green Nike fit, something casual. Travis Hunter and Shador Sanders at the Denver Nuggets game. Here it is, right here. He had on a green jacket with a hoodie and the matching pants, a Nike fit. But when he go to the Mavericks game after he gets his Adidas partnership, if you saw the picture, just Google it. Travis Hunter with Anthony Edwards. He on trophy husband pants that look like pajama pants. And these didn't look like, and they had a drawstring. That's how I knew that they was pajama pants. They weren't like a zipper with a belt loops. He was pajama pants and a basic white tee like you get out the pack from Walmart that say Hanes, something just like that. Like not no pocket, no nice collar with a nice stitching, no. And the shoes, they wasn't DT96s. I don't even know if they was Adidas. I hope that they were Adidas, but I don't know. I don't know. Coach Prime not having that. Nope. And that's what I mean. That's how you know he had good people around him. Coach Prime was not gonna let Travis go out here to that Denver game when he met LeBron James sitting next to Shador. I'm not saying they had on Louis Vuitton and Gucci. You don't have to wear that. I don't wear that every day. So that wasn't the expectation. But you see, he sat front row before. He knew what to expect. He knew where he was going to sit because he knew how he got there. And then what he do? You see what I'm saying? See what that tells people is, now I know I saw you before you had big deals and you was dressed nice. That tells people that Coach Prime ain't having that, and you ain't gonna be out here looking no any kind of way. But then now that you got a 3 point something million deal, with this one, and who knows how much Adidas deal. I just know it was partnership. You gonna come out here looking like that. Now, who let you come out here looking like that? Now, mind you, you can dress yourself, but who let you put this on and was cool with you coming out here looking like that? That's how you know he went from having good people when he was at the Nuggets game front row when he met LeBron, sitting next to Shador, to now he don't have good people around him. You see? And that's why people are concerned. Because he's going down. He's going a downward trajectory. You going, before you get a deal, you out here looking decent. Now you out here looking bummy. Come on now. Come on now. He had Coach Prime suit maker from the Heisman. Oh, Ronnie, I didn't know that. But you know what? Oh, he looked nice. He sure looked nice. He sure did look nice. It say he looked a hot mess, Ronnie said. He has nobody to guide him. He had Coach Prime suit maker for the Heisman. Okay. Okay. And I heard there was like a post going around. Shador, was saying his dad has his suit done for him. And people's like, Coach Prime still picking out Shador clothes. I'm like, well, he did look nice. He did look nice. Shador looked nice. He had on like that black suit, which I thought was either gray pinstripes. I was like, Raiders. Raiders. But, we were from a distance, obviously. So, it is what it is. But that suit was nice. That suit was nice, Ronnie. It says he looks like he had on pajama pants. Queen T, that's what they were. If you have any kind of pants on with a drawstring in the front that's black and your pants is blue and they got trophy husband on them, you know them was pajama pants. I know Adidas is like, okay, nah, I'm gonna have to do something about this. Adidas probably done called up Coach Prime. Hello, I'm gonna need to talk to you. I'm gonna need to get Travis a stylist. I said it. I said, okay, Travis, now it's your auntie now. I'm just gonna go on and say it. You can't be sitting down at NBA games at the front row looking like that. Now you gotta put that ish on. You put it on at the Heisman celebration, or the Heisman ceremony. So we know you got it. So you need to put that ish on. Don't be coming out here looking like this now. That's what anybody would have said if they really cared about him. So he don't have nobody around him that cares about him. Not and if he's not willing to listen to anybody, neither way, it's not a good situation. He don't have people around that don't care about him, or he don't have people around that he respects. Sure did. And I saw the picture. Remember when he met LeBron, how excited he was and everything? So he knew what to expect sitting front row, because Coach Prime made sure you know. See, Coach Prime prepared him for this moment and he went away from it. I bet when Coach Prime saw him in that picture, he like, okay. But see, some people, I never forget when Carmani, remember Carmani was at Colorado? There were people who was upset with Coach Prime. Talking about, you know, when Coach Prime was essentially saying he not doing what he's supposed to be doing. They was like, he trying to control the boy. You see, when you got good people around you, how people want to put out in the atmosphere that Coach Prime was trying to control Cormani. Coach Prime never told us anything about Cormani leaving the program or what made him leave the program. You see what I'm saying? But people were saying, I saw the comments with my own two eyes. Oh, Coach Prime trying to control the boy. Let him grow. I'm like, what? There are rules to this. I read Carmani's NIL evaluation when he was at Colorado was $541,000 and couldn't get it right. So he either had people around him that let him do whatever he wanted to do, or he didn't respect. And either way, he suffered. He suffered the price. I saw him in a video with his like Colorado jersey on one time after that happened, but he just got a scholarship to Florida. So people do learn, and I'm happy for him. Hopefully he on the right path. He realized what he lost, and now he gonna be good from here on out. That's the hope, right? That's the hope. But Coach Prime had to do what he had to do. If he hadn't, he would have still been at Colorado doing the same thing because he don't have no consequences. And that's what's gonna happen to happen. That's what's gonna have to happen to Travis. There's going to need to be some consequences that probably come in the form of financial, like drop in the draft or lose some deals or don't get new deals. I wonder how many new deals he got since all of this happened. And then Adidas is watching you show up. It wouldn't surprise me if he was on a private jet. They watch you show up dressed like you don't care. But of course, when you see Anthony Edwards, you turn it on, you gleeful, you happy. But the way you dress says that you don't respect the opportunity. Because I saw you at the Denver game before you even got this type of NIL money, this type of before you was a millionaire. Or maybe you was a new millionaire, but you look better then. Now that you got everything, you look terrible. Like you don't care. And then when he added his brother to the Adidas campaign, I was like, now why didn't he start there? Because he was asked. He is on video. And this was not a good look. And this gave you insight into him. Travis, why you don't talk about your brother? Because he's good at football too. Oh, did nobody post me? Oh, did nobody post me? I'm like, what? That's what big brothers do now? Because nobody posted you because you had it harder as a big brother because you had to set up everything for the family. You gonna let him struggle. Ooh, that tells you why his brother was in the rafters at the Heisman ceremony. And that is why, after all this blowback, his brother gets in an Adidas deal. Now he want to talk about his brother. So my friend, the guy that told me, um, y'all think he innocent. He ain't that innocent. That's what he's talking about. That's your little brother. Some people say Travis' brother gonna be better than he is. It work out like that. So you don't post your brother who's a phenom just like you. Coming up behind you, looking at you, watching you. Your girlfriend called him ugly on video. I saw it. But then you get me an Adidas deal. He could have had his brother in the Adidas ad. But why? Why not? He said at the Heisman ceremony, he trying to teach his brother. I'm trying to teach my brother. I'm like, you trying to teach him what? How to be played? He don't need to know that. I was hoping. I'm like, it wouldn't surprise me if his little brother is a little bit more astute in that category. It wouldn't surprise me if his brother know you getting played. I ain't gonna be like you. But his brother sitting up in the rafters and his grandmother sitting in the rafters while Lil Wayne sit there. Now, whose idea was that? I heard it was a surprise for Travis. Why would Lil Wayne be a surprise for Travis? When y'all find the answer, let me know. And when she was in a hurry to go at the Adidas event, I said, oh, that's right, Lil Wayne in town. That's our friend. Because who got him there? Yes, you will see the difference. Travis' brother is better. Yeah. LOL, right. No, that's facts. His little brother is gonna be past Travis, and he not gonna be like nope, he's not. Let me tell you something. When she called him ugly, I heard people say, "Oh, she was just playing." I said, hello, that's a grown woman." He was 13 at the time. And Travis didn't say nothing. See, his brother taking notes. His brother see what's going on. And he don't like it. You think they whole family like that? Nah, I bet his grandmama don't like it. He even said, "Grandmama, I don't call you. I wonder why you don't call your grandmama." He said, "My grandmama's the reason I even put pads on in the first place." Hey, grandma, I know I don't call you. Why you don't call your grandmama? All you gotta do is send her a text. My cousin, we play football outside every day. Why he not on your podcast? Why he ain't living up there with you? But it's her brother. Yeah, okay. I ain't heard her family say nothing. Not one word. Good or bad. Just nothing. People know who their kids are. So his brother, I was actually, believe it or not, I'm right here. And Gracie, if you want to go, I'm down too next season. I was actually planning to go. His brother's team went to the high school playoffs. He goes to school in Effingham County, which is a couple hours from Atlanta, but I was gonna make the trip. I was gonna wear my Colorado jersey so he could feel some love from the Buffs. He already got scholarships to Jackson State and other HBCUs. The rest will come. And I was gonna go to the high school playoff game. I had to go out of town. I think I had to fly somewhere probably. I looked up the game. I saw what time it was being played. I think at the time I knew who they was playing. I was like, I'm going to this game. I went to Juju's last game in the state high school championship for Georgia. So I was gonna go to Trav little brother game, and I was gonna go to, and matter of fact, at Juju's game, I wasn't the only person with my Colorado hoodie on. It was a lot of Hunter jerseys out there, a lot of Coach Prime jerseys out there. I had on 21. It says Sanders, so that's Coach Prime of Shiloh. And matter of fact, the guy that take you to your seat, he was like, "Hey, Miss Sanders, how you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I'm not Miss Sanders," but I knew what he meant. He was just trying to say he was an older guy that Coach Prime, the 21, lives on here in Atlanta. Travis is signed to Lil Wayne for sports. Yes, we talked about that. Me anyway. We talked about that earlier. We understand. I think Cameron Silver Craig signed with him too. They said that's wonderful for that young man, Darlene. Yeah, his brother is now has an Adidas deal. I'm assuming we'll see him in a commercial pretty soon here. His little brother looks better, Travis, in my opinion. And Image, what and she said what she really feel about Travis looks. That's what people were saying. Like, that's his brother. They got the same DNA. I love Juju. I love Juju too, Ronnie. I do. I like Juju. Regina and I were both saying we hope that he works out at Colorado long term because he young. He got some time. And normally when you start growing, you kind of, maybe sometimes you switch up the way you're doing things. But um Caden is only 1 year, right, y'all? Caden is a senior, so he probably gonna go to the league after this. Do y'all think that's the plan for Caden? Played at Liberty, balled out. His first year at Liberty was a perfect year. Last year they went to a bowl game. At Colorado, they'll probably go to a bowl game. Hopefully, we get back to the championship. And hopefully we go to somewhere like the Pop Tart Bowl. That would be nice. Something different. I don't want to play another conference game. So yeah, we love Juju too. Yeah, we are 2 hours and 46 minutes in, but this is how it goes when the family gets together. This is how it goes. We start with a conversation and we just let it go where it go. I like Juju. Yeah, I think a lot of people like Juju. I like Caden. I'ma just go ahead on and say it. They hate on Colorado, so I don't know if he will be a Heisman in their eyes, just like Shador wasn't. Shador should have been a Heisman candidate, like a top 5. I think he was like number 6 or number 7. Caden, if somebody from Colorado put his highlights together. I just saw the video earlier today. I didn't watch it because I'd already watched his highlights. But somebody from CU, a CU content creator, the title of the highlights, it says "Welcome to the Buffs" or something like that. And it's all Caden highlights. He is a baller. And I hope y'all know he wears number 7. I wanted to ask him if somebody could ask Caden why he chose number 7, and I'm going with Michael Vick. With these players, they kind of do stuff like that. When they younger, they get these numbers. So if anybody finds out why Caden chose number 7, please come back to the pod and let me know. I'm thinking it's because the greatest to ever do it, the original dual threat quarterback, Michael Vick wore number 7. And Caden's mom, I watched the interview with him and his dad. He had been around Truth Academy, so he knew Coach Prime. His mom said he's a lot like Coach Prime. You can see he's confident. He doesn't mind competition. He's gonna take the lead, and I think he gonna get us somewhere. And that O line we got, I saw a couple of guys on O line. We need to talk about them. I want to talk about the receiving unit, the corners. I want to talk unit by unit who the players are, and we need to get to know the O line. But one thing about the O line, Jordan Seaton has established himself as the leader. Jordan Seaton looked like he is already in the NFL. Have y'all seen him lately? He been working out too. That strength and conditioning is coming on. So a lot of people are happy with the new coach that just came in. I think if you go watch the video of the first day, they were sweating it out, doing them little butterflies with their arms extended with those weights. I was like, I need to try that. I need to try that. So I think our team is going to be in better condition this year. Coach Mo was still there, you guys. Coach Mo was still there. He was elevated to director. He was in the video the second day they were working out. It's a lot of videos repackaged out there, so y'all go watch them. I support other content creators. Nia saw me in the comments. I told her, I said, yeah, I support the other Colorado creators. So Justin Mayers entered the NFL draft. I heard. Yes, he did. I saw his I guess like how they do that long, I like to thank God, and at the end I'm declaring for the draft. I think he gonna end up on somebody's team. I I don't know if he's gonna be drafted. But he was a standout at him and Chidozie. Their names were the two standouts from Colorado in the Hula Bowl. And the media really liked him. So if he's doing his strength and conditioning while they wait for the draft, I don't think he's going to the combine, but we learned yesterday the combine is not mandatory. I think Chidozie's somewhere training. I think Justin Mayers is typically up at the school with some of the other players like LaJonte and them getting ready for the draft. So he's up there with them. He'll likely be in tip top shape. So I hope they all get drafted. It's 12 or 13 of them, I think we said. Seven, um, seven of them were invited to the Shrine Bowl. I think it might be six without Travis. And then six went to the Hula Bowl. That's 12 players in these senior type bowls. And that's 12 players. That's either an offense or a defense because you have 11 starters on either side. Shout out to Coach Prime. 12 players in between the Hula Bowl and the East West Shrine Bowl. That ain't nothing to sneeze at. I wonder how many other schools had 12 players between the two. That's a lot. I mean, that shows you, Coach Prime, if you go to Colorado, you can get to the next level. Combine coming up real soon. We shall see. When is the combine? Let's see. Let me see. I know we have the Shrine Bowl on the 30th. The combine is next. The first day of the draft is like April 24th. When is the NFL combine? Thursday, February 27th through Sunday, March 2nd. It said the combine will be held in Indianapolis, Indiana. The event customary home since 1987. Okay. It'll be at Lucas Oil Stadium. That's not something that's on TV, is it? Do y'all watch the Pro Bowl? Who's going to the NFL playoffs? Oh, okay. That's about that. So we got some time. We got January 30th, which is next Thursday. Then we get about 27 days before the combine. And then from the combine, I think the draft is in April. So from February 27th to April 24th. Okay, so almost 60 days. So we getting there. We getting there. And like I said, when it comes to number one, we get ready to close out because we had 2 minutes and 52 seconds. I even know you can stream for 3 hours. But we gonna find out. I guess the number one pick right now we say is a lot. Cam Ward, the Tennessee. We don't know how these interviews went. We don't know how the strength of these interviews. The only thing I've heard about the number one pick changing could be an edge rusher from Penn State, Abdul Carter, could go one instead of Travis Shador or Cam Ward. So we'll stay tuned for that. Oh, it's on TV. Okay, good, 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 good. It says, yes, Caden in his last year, Keys will be turned over to Juju next year. Okay, Michael, I like that. Thank you, Michael. I love these conversations. Thank you, Darlene. Thank you, Darlene. Let me go ahead and pin that. Y'all turn your notifications on because I had an emergency podcast yesterday. Okay, let me get to that right fast before I close out. Make sure you turn your notifications on. So y'all know yesterday I did an emergency podcast in the middle of the day, something I never do, but it was Friday. By the way, every Friday is game night. We had fun last night. Turn on your notifications and get your culture up until next Friday. So I went to the emergency podcast in the middle of the day because I got all the notifications on my phone that Coach Prime was being hit with NCAA sanctions due to something to do with Juju. So I sat down, read 3 articles, and then I started to formulate my own opinion. So come to find out, Coach Prime was on a video, some video produced by CU, a coaches show. And it was like November 21st, somewhere in there. And that's the window that they have for recruiting, which closes, I guess, December the 4th. apparently there was a rule that you can't say a recruit's name before they officially commit. So Juju had been to Colorado twice. He was there in June and then again October 26th for the Cincinnati game. Now, on the 21st or the 22nd, Juju went on camera to ESPN with Pat McAfee and committed to Colorado. So a few days right before that, Coach Prime was on this coach's show produced by CU, and he said something about Juju's visit. That's all he said. He didn't say he was committing. He didn't tell any lies. There were no fabrications. He just said his name. Somebody saw it. Don't know how it came back to CU, but CU decided to self-impose sanctions against Coach Prime. So Coach Prime got to take a class to learn about the rules or to how do you say refresh the rules for the NCAA. Excuse me, and recruiting. And then he's going to lose 4 in-home visits. So there's 4 in-home visits that Coach Prime can't go on. But we determined between us, we didn't know Coach Prime did in-home visits. So it's not bad, but it's something Colorado was made aware of or became aware of, and they decided to handle it themselves and go to the NCAA before the NCAA find out about it. Okay, that's what we talked about yesterday. Today, and I've been watching this young man, Jeremiah Smith is the star wide receiver for Ohio State. Y'all know we got together and watched the game, the national championship right here. I saw him make a one-handed catch, and I don't know if I said it out loud, but I know I said it up here. I said he reminds me of Travis. He's like Travis. Travis with the one-handed catches. And even when I saw a picture of him today, something about him reminded me of Travis. Fun fact: Jeremiah Smith Instagram handle is Primetime JJ. So he calls himself Primetime. So I've been calling him Primetime JJ. And Primetime JJ was offered by an anonymous or unknown university $4.5 million to hop into the portal. Well, that's considered tampering. You're not supposed to offer players money to get into the portal. So Coach Ryan Day is upset because he said that's tampering and the NCAA hadn't done anything about it. Which means when it comes to the NCAA rules, you got Coach Prime who can't say Juju's name. And then you got a university over here offering $4.5 million for Jeremiah Smith to hop in the portal. And you don't hear nothing. So I said, when it comes to NIL rules, it's the wild, wild west out here. Because I can't believe that somebody would say Coach Prime couldn't say Juju's name when Juju had been up there twice and met Coach Prime. And considering Juju went on ESPN well before December 4th and committed to Colorado publicly on ESPN. But Coach Prime still wasn't supposed to be able to say his name until December 24th. So I said, okay, we worried about the wrong things. Eminem, $6 in the airport. This is ridiculous. Coach Prime should be, it's nothing wrong with Coach Prime saying Juju's name. Where does the harm in that? When you put up a rule, it's to protect or prevent. What is that protecting and preventing for Coach Prime not to say Juju's name after Juju been in Colorado twice and went on ESPN like November 21st or 22nd, which is a huge production, along with some of the other players who went on Unc and Ocho and committed to the university. So after they did all these public displays of committing, Coach Prime still wasn't supposed to say Juju's name from November 21st, the soft commit, publicly until December 4th. And the commitment on December 4th is not binding because we talked about how Oregon's quarterback was in high school, participated in National Signing Day, December the 4th, committed to Oregon, went with Oregon to their bowl game, spent the whole week with them, hung out with the team. And when they lost to Ohio State, he bounced from the university. So here we go. What should we really be concerned about? Should there really be sanctions, whether they self-imposed or otherwise, or should any coach really be worried about saying a recruit's name and that they something about them visiting the university if it's public information that they visited the university, because visits are public information? Is that really something to be concerned about? A coach saying a recruit's name in conjunction with the fact that they visited the university when it is public knowledge that they visited the university. And then on the other hand, Or should we be more concerned about tampering from a supposedly unknown university offering a freshman $4.5 million to hop in the portal? So you tell me, what should we really be concerned about here? Saying somebody's name out loud when they could go on ESPN and say your name. I'm going to Colorado the next day, or a unknown university offering a freshman $4.5 million after this freshman was on the national championship team, which is supposed to be tampering. It's actually, I looked it up. It said yes, that is tampering, but nobody's doing anything about it. Something else. The NIL rules are the wild, wild west. So that was the last thing I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to talk more about Jeremiah Smith, primetime JJ, because that's what I'm calling him from here on out. Being offered this money, whether he should take it or not. But we'll talk about that another day. But go follow Primetime JJ because I like his name, Primetime JJ. And he's number 4 for Ohio State. If you didn't know, he's a baller. He's a difference maker. And we're going to see him in the league. And like our Mr. Travis Hunter, Primetime JJ was the number 1 wide receiver in the country. So we know what that can do for you. So that was it. I'm going to close out. It's 3:00. Thank y'all so much for the likes. We got a close ratio, 20-23. If I could get 3 more, I would appreciate that. Let me read y'all a few comments. It said, I'm going back to Darlene. I love these conversations. Michael said, Caden in his last year, the keys will be turned over to Juju. That's what I think too, Michael. It said, Ronnie said, yes, a beast. We're talking about Caden. Yes, yes. If y'all didn't watch the highlights that the content creator from Colorado put together by Caden, go watch it. It's a good introduction. Justin Mayers entered the NFL draft. That's correct, Queen T. Ronnie said, yep, it said combine coming up. Yep, February 27th. Let's see. I'm always down for a football game. Okay, Gracie road trip. And y'all can come to Atlanta. I'll make a whole thing out of it. Trust me, I'll make what she said, whole thing out of it. If y'all coming to Atlanta, like when Travis's brother next year, I'm down. Or if they come to the Peach Bowl, if Colorado come to the Peach Bowl, even though I want to go to the Sugar Bowl. Um, so just like we had the national championship this year, I don't think we're gonna get it next year. So all we gonna have is a Peach Bowl of Colorado go to the Sugar Bowl. I'm down to show up in New Orleans. We can make this a thing. I love the travel. And it said, Darlene, okay, why I said, girl, the orange man, they feel privileged. Who? Orange? Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Michael. Ronnie, thank you. Thank you for the love. Darlene, thank you for the love. All right, 3 minutes, 2 seconds. This is the longest live what she said has ever had. Keep your notifications on because if something go down and something gonna go down. Something go down. I'm having an emergency pod. I did it once. I'm gonna do it again. Every Friday is game night. Get your culture up. Last Friday was so much fun. That's how we're gonna start the podcast, and that's how we're gonna close it. Every Friday. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. Thank y'all so much for the love. This is so much fun. And I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. And thanks for watching What She Said. Let's see. I'm gonna try to close us out with music. Let's see if I can get it. Let's see. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not, but that's some music. So we just gonna close out that way. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. This was so much fun. I appreciate y'all keeping them lights up too. So that's good. Notifications on. Definitely turn them notifications on or come back and look for your girl. Good night. Good night, Regina. Thank you for being the best moderator out there. Hopefully the job isn't too hard. And I didn't forget, you are Eagles versus Chiefs. I will not forget.